guys we were back. Oh, my phone just went off. How dare you, Ryan? How dare you? Unprofessional. I told you. I just cut this thing on and I go. No editing, straight up. I think we're on episode 61. This is with Malik Greene. I feel bad I haven't kept more in touch with him. He's helping me. He's going to help me out a little bit with like my working out, with like how much protein and stuff I need. And so he's had me write down what I eat all day, every day. And I am embarrassed to send him my list because it's bad. Oh my gosh, I eat like if you sent a 16-year-old out on his own to be alone in the wild and here, figure it out. Not alone in the wild, but, just out on his own. Here you go, buddy. Here's all the money you need to sustain yourself, but figure it out. And that's how I'm eating. It's bad. It's McDonald's. It's grilled cheese. It's pasta. And I like to cook. I will cook. So Malik, I'll be getting back in touch with you again when I get my diet better. But I'm still working out and feeling better anyways. Silly rambling that I do. You guys are used to that by now. One more ramble. We did it. I got nominated. Holy shit, you guys. We did it. I got nominated for the Pitch Awards for the best local podcast. You guys came in hard and nominated me. Now you can go vote for me. Go to thepitchkc.com, and I don't know where it is from there, but you can find it, or you can hit my link on Instagram, and that'll take you there. We've had a little bump in the road. We've had some. Should I even mention it? We've had someone that thinks this person has Instagram clout because this person has like 15,000 followers that this person paid for. Anyways, they put out an Instagram campaign to vote against Neanderthal Podcast. Apparently over 150 people have voted against me on this paid following Instagram page. I'm sure it's completely legit. But you guys, that just means we got to work harder. I need all you guys to go to thepitchkc.com, and all you have to do is vote now. Just scroll down at the arts and entertainment, scroll down, hit Neanderthal, boom, schlock, boom. I love you guys. Malik Greene was an amazing guest. He's awesome. I had so much fun talking to him. I hope you guys listen to this whole thing and get some good information and follow him. And he will help you out with your nutrition plan. He'll help you out working out. He's just a good, solid freaking dude, you guys. Kansas City, get your health on with Malik Greene, episode 61.
Welcome to the Inner Talk Podcast. We'll no topic is off limits. Now here's your host, my daddy, and Roy the Soul. Thank you for coming to the podcast. Boom, swat, boom.
We will start this bad boy in 3, 2, 1. Malik Greene.
Yes, sir.
Did I say it right that time?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yep. You're a big son of a bitch. Look at you.
I try, man. I try.
Man,
it's funny because I'm actually like small right now.
Really?
Extremely small right now.
How much do you weigh? How tall and what's your stats?
I'm like 6 foot. Probably last time I weighed myself
210.
213.
213. Look at me.
213 ish. It might have even gone down more than that though, because I'm usually in the summertime because it's so hot because of the heat.
Yeah.
I'm usually hovering around like anywhere between 215, 218.
Okay.
So, I mean,
how come you're lighter right now?
I haven't been dieting at all. Like I've been eating like probably just enough to just like carry my body weight. So
yeah.
I think like, cause me, like it might not seem like it, but my metabolism is like fast.
Okay.
And so it's fast because I eat a lot of food typically. And I usually eat like 6-7 times a day. So when I scale back on that and I'm eating like the traditional breakfast, lunch, dinner, like 3 times a day, it's like I will start like everything will start slowing down.
Okay.
And so I will start to get like less and less hungry, less and less frequently. So
what's that about?
So
I mean,
like,
I'm sure there's some science or something behind it.
So
yeah.
like typically, I'll eat like every 2.5, 3 hours.
Okay. Like how much? Do you
It
go by calorie wise or protein wise, or like how do you measure?
Yeah.
Like, I know nothing about fitness,
So
dieting, nothing. I know nothing.
So with me over the years, I've just kind of like always, I've tried different things, and I finally like found a formula that like worked for me. And I usually recommend to like my clients and people who even give a damn about eating healthier or trying to get in shape is I'll start anywhere between like 0.8 to like 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight.
0.8 to how much?
To 1.5 grams. So
Okay.
in the middle there, you would have like maybe a gram. So like I would start any guy off at least a gram.
Okay.
So like if I got a 200-pound dude,
I'm about 165
so then I would say like 165 grams of protein
per meal
per day.
per day. Okay.
So then the way that I would split that up is, okay, if you currently eat like 3 times a day, I'm going to try to implement like maybe another meal or two, and they'll just be like snacks.
Mm-hmm.
And a snack could have anywhere between like 15 to like 25 grams of protein in it. So essentially you're looking at maybe anywhere between 30 and 50 grams of extra protein added to your day.
Okay.
So like you only need to worry about the other 115 coming from like whole foods, like chicken or fish or steak or anything, eggs, anything like that. So it's not me. I did it the hard way. I was just like, well, I'm just going to start off on 1.5. I'm like, 22 years old, 23 years old. And I'm like, I'm just going to do 1.5. And
how old are you now?
I'm 26 now.
Okay.
So it takes a little bit of time to like figure out like, okay, what's actually going to work for me.
Okay.
Cause like at one point when I was about, I think probably back in 2014, 2015, I was eating easily 315 grams of protein a day.
Wow.
Which like even when I say that to myself now, I'm like, there is no fucking way.
That's like almost twice what you told me to eat.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, man, how did you add like an extra like whole 150 more grams of protein to your day? And I think about those numbers now, and I'm like, there's no way I would do that like ever again in my life. Like I would never do that.
Is there a point of diminishing returns when you do too much protein, or is it like what's the negative?
There used to be like talk about that. Like there used to be like, well, if you eat too much protein, like you'll shit it all out or whatever. But the thing is
you're just gonna shit out what you don't need, right? If that would be my guess if someone said that to me.
Essentially, like, I mean, but the thing is that the chances of that being likely, of you not needing something, is very minimal. So like if I'm requiring myself to eat 320 grams of protein, then like I'm training my ass off in the gym.
Yeah.
I'm probably doing, high intensity cardio type stuff like that. So, protein will do its job. It will either build, maintain, or replenish muscle tissue. Once it does those 3 things, then it'll be utilized as an energy source. So like think about, okay, how much protein is going to be left for me to just shit out?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And usually if I'm on a higher protein diet that's that high, I'm usually on low carbs.
Okay.
So I'm usually not, consuming 400 grams of carbs if I'm doing 300 grams of protein.
Makes sense.
Usually the protein is there because I need it to be utilized as an energy source.
Is your body craving it too? Like, does your body
craving the protein?
Yeah. Give me meat.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I think there are times where I'm just like, I need to eat like 8 ounces of chicken as opposed to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Or I need to eat like 10 eggs as opposed to like 5 or something like that.
In a day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or no. Well.
Or in a meal.
That'll be a meal.
10 eggs in a meal?
Yeah. Like.
Damn. How do you do that? Like scrambled, or what's your method?
I usually scramble them.
Yeah.
I mean
that's the easiest, best way, right? For that many.
Pretty much. I mean, especially if you're dealing with like egg whites, you know.
Is that what you do?
Is
it 10 egg whites or 10 whole eggs?
I'll do 10 egg whites and then add a whole egg.
Okay.
Or like, because you don't want 10 whole eggs. Like,
how come?
Because
Weight Watchers gave them 0 points. You can eat as many eggs as you want.
Well, that'll be 50 grams of fat right there in that one meal. And the thing is that I do believe in higher fats, but like, if you're going to give yourself 50 grams of fat in one meal, think about how the rest of your meals are going to look. So people always talk about like clean eating and stuff being like bland and it doesn't taste good. It's like, it can taste good. You just need to like, one, you need to spice up your foods, but you can also plan your meals kind of according to your macro. So like,
what's a macro?
So a macro would be like protein.
Okay.
You know, there's 3 macros: protein, carbs, and fats.
Okay. You're dropping some science on me here.
So yeah, that's like 101, like nutrition.
I told you I know nothing. I wish I knew stuff about this. I paid no attention in school growing up to this. I played soccer, and I just was good at sports, but I never took time to learn how to, I guess, optimize my body. I just ate and ran, and I felt good.
And that's what's funny is that like most people don't. Like I'll ask people, and I kind of do it on purpose because I know what they're gonna say. I'm like, you know, people come to me and they're like, yeah, like I'm trying to eat better, and I just haven't been losing any weight. I'm like, well, you tracking your macros? It's like, what's a macro?
Right.
You know? And it's like, I already know. It's like, because if you were tracking your food, you would know. Like, you would know why you're not losing weight. You're eating too much food. It's like, it's very simple. They always say like calories in, calories out.
Right.
If your maintenance calories are 2,000 and I give you 2,500, you're going to gain weight. Now, if your maintenance calories are 2,000 and I give you 1,500, you're going to lose weight. Like, regardless of activity.
Okay.
That's going to happen, regardless of activity.
Oh, okay. That's nice to know.
So now when we start
lazy people out there, just knock it down a little bit.
And see, the thing is like people think that the first thing that they think though is that, well, I'm going to cut my calories in half. They might have been at like 1,500. Now they're like, I'm going to eat like 750, you know, which is like 2 bags of chips. You know what I mean? So there is a little bit of like, you do have to kind of pay attention to it. So like, no, I wouldn't recommend like, hey, cut your calories in half and do nothing. You'll lose weight.
Right.
It's like,
but a certain percentage,
like
for sure.
You don't want to do that. That's like the unhealthy way to do anything, is to be lazy.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Right.
So that's where we start adding in activity. So I may say, okay, I'll cut your calories down here, and then we're going to weight train three days a week. Like, no cardio. Like, first thing people think is like, oh, I need to go hop on a bike. I need to go get on the treadmill for an hour. Right. It's like, me personally, I hate cardio.
I do too.
I mean,
I do too.
I
do it all the time and I hate it.
I look at those machines. I'm just like, I mean, I'll warm up on a piece of cardio equipment, like,
right.
Get the blood flowing and everything like that. But like, you will never catch me on a piece of cardio equipment for like more than 20 minutes or 25 minutes.
That's a good little run. That's a good little warm up.
Yeah. So, the first thing I always have any clients do is like, we need to like get your weight training started. Like, we need to do that like immediately.
Okay.
Because you can burn calories weight
faster
training,
running, right?
Not even necessarily faster, but like you'll burn calories, but you're also putting on lean muscle tissue.
Okay.
And see, in the long run, the more muscle you build, the more fat you can burn. And this has nothing to do with like, oh, well, muscle weighs more than fat. It's like, no, muscle is more anabolic than fat is. So if I have more muscle, I'm essentially burning through more energy just from existing.
Oh yeah.
So like, if I'm like, that's why painting the picture in my head, like you see like the fat couch potato, like on the couch, like eating Cheetos and stuff. And the thing is like, he's probably burning energy at like a snail pace.
For sure.
But
right.
Like somebody who's like muscular, they're burning a lot of calories because it takes a lot. It requires a lot of calories to be muscular.
Just to move your body around?
Yeah, just to exist. You know, just to it takes energy to blink your eyes. It takes energy to talk, you know.
Right.
That's why somebody can't talk for 24 hours straight. I mean, is there anybody that you know of that can legitimately just talk?
I mean,
24 hours.
Jeez, I don't know that I know many people that can do almost anything for 24 hours.
Exactly, because it requires energy. If humans didn't require energy, we could do anything for as long as we possibly wanted to.
Why do we need it? Why do we need sleep? Wouldn't it be great if we didn't need sleep?
Exactly.
Would we even miss it?
I don't know.
Well, I guess if you don't have it, you can't have anything to miss. It'd be weird.
True.
What's out there that doesn't sleep? Surely there's something, right? You think kind of like some kind of fish that kind of just maybe dozes off here and there, or
I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's animals that probably like rest.
Yeah.
You know, they might not sleep. They might like.
There's not a whole lot of good night's sleep in the wild kingdom.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna chill for a second until I see my next meal come.
Or if I'm gonna be the next meal. If I hear a snap of twig, I'm like, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why that's why
there's no fat animal. Well, I guess there's.
Well, are they fat though?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
is that because like
there are?
There's
some exceptions. You know, walruses, things that need to stay warm. Polar bears.
But they're still faster than humans though.
We also only have 2 legs.
True. So it's always gonna be.
I'll outrun a walrus on the ground. I'll do laps around that thing. Come at me, bro.
Yeah. But I mean, shoot, even a jaguar has fat.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, it all. I guess it just all depends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because, like with animals, they just don't live their lives like we do. You know,
yeah,
they don't have a job or they don't pay bills. Like it's like
I want to be an animal now.
When's the next meal coming by?
They don't have depression.
You know,
anxiety. They probably have anxiety through the roof. I bet.
Yeah,
a lot of them. Oh yeah. Or do they? You think maybe they just get used to it and it's not really anxiety? It's just hyper awareness.
I think animals understand the food chain like better than we do.
Oh, for sure.
Like I think that like
there's no social justice warrior,
right? Like
vegan animals out there saying, picketing the bears from eating other animals.
Yeah, like look at a slow animal. Like let me think of a slow animal, like a turtle or something. Something that's moving like 0.5 miles an hour, right? If a faster animal that eats turtles, I mean, I don't know off the top of my head, but like if a faster animal comes out of nowhere and snatches that turtle up, that turtle isn't really like complaining because he's like, well, I'm just slow. This is where I am on the evolutionary chart.
Yeah.
But like with humans, we go out to the wilderness and we see a bear and we try to outrun it.
Don't do it.
And it's like,
ain't gonna happen.
You know?
You better bring a friend and be faster than him.
Yeah. Like, bring your gun. I mean, I'm not saying, I wouldn't want to like kill an animal, but I mean,
I try to kill them every year.
If I had to, like, again, like delivering packages for Amazon, you'll pull up to somebody's house and like their dog will be chilling like at the garage.
Do you have to go up there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They won't let you bring it back because there's dog interference there?
Well, one, I wouldn't want to bring it back because that's like gas that I got to use,
Okay.
So it's like what I'll do, because like I think it was like 2 weeks ago, I pulled up onto this. Oh, I'm telling you, there's some weird places out there in like Leavenworth and Tonganoxie, Kansas.
Oh, you're out there.
I mean, it's like,
I know.
I
went my senior year of high school was in Leavenworth.
Wow.
I know all about.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
The gravel roads and like I have to invest.
No addresses on a lot of the houses out there.
Man, like I'll just be like, okay, the building is here on the map, so it's like this must be it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I pull up on this one guy's house. He's not there. His specific instructions were leave package at front door.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay. So I just I pull up and I'm like, okay, just another house. I get out of the car and this like I don't even remember what kind of dog it was because it was like blink of an eye. It's like, oh my God, let me run back to the car real quick and let me kind of game plan this for a second.
Really?
Because the dog came from behind the house or something,
right?
And just like ferociously barking at me. And I'm just like, all right, let me go back to the car real quick. Let me get a game plan together and see if I can deliver the package to the front door like he wanted. But I came to the realization that like if me and this dog have to get into it and I have to do what I got to do.
I like your chances.
Yeah. You know,
I like your chances against most dogs.
Then yeah, I'm gonna have to do, but I don't want to. Like, I don't.
Nobody wants to.
Right? Yeah, I don't want to have to like put your dog down because of a package.
I don't want you coming out seeing me put your dog in a chokehold.
Right? Yeah. So
with a shotgun, get off my dog.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. So what I did is I just like threw the package down, took the picture, and left. Because we got to take pictures to confirm the delivery
your own
and
phone?
stuff. Yeah, with my cell phone.
And then what did you do? Did you send it somewhere immediately?
It's like you just like they have their own app.
Oh, okay.
And you like
that makes sense. Of course they do.
They got the GPS all laid out, the whole itinerary, like everything. And like you take the picture of the package, you scan it first, then you put it where they tell you to, whether it's like the front door, the back door,
dang,
some secure location. If I have to drive to an apartment complex or something, sometimes they'll have a mail room, so like you'll have to deliver it to like some receptionist or whatever. But then you take a picture of it and then, confirm the delivery. So I just threw that thing at the garage and took the picture and just drove off, So, I mean, it's like, what can you do? It's like, you can be pissed off that, like, I didn't deliver it to the front door or whatever. You can call Amazon and be like, well, this motherfucker didn't deliver it to. It's like, well, you got your package, and guess what? Your dog is still alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not gonna press that issue of, like, having to do that, and the next one, which happened Friday.
Oh geez.
Again, I was in the middle of nowhere.
And that's where the dogs live, like unleashed and just ready to go.
And like these people have like private drives.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
To where like
quarter-mile driveways.
Sometimes you're driving like a whole mile before you even see the house. So it's like, to them, they think that like you're gonna park on the street and then walk that. It's like, hell no, I'm pulling up right to your front door.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up right to the front door. And sometimes I'll do that.
They're country folk. They know it's fine.
Yeah. And like, they'll look at me and be like, oh, okay, like that better be the package, or, somebody's coming out the house with a shotgun.
Right.
Pretty much. So, but I'll pull up.
Yeah, because you guys are in your own vehicle. You could be just some of these random country people see a random car coming down the road, but you got to think maybe they're ordering all the time and just expect it.
Right. And like, I'll wear one of those safety vests or whatever.
There you
so
go.
Like,
that makes a lot of sense.
So like, yeah, at first I wasn't. And I think like a month and a half ago I was doing this, and like I promised this lady had called the sheriff on me. And I was in like a decent neighborhood, but it wasn't like top notch. I mean, I've been to some nice neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? And like this was kind of like just regular middle class people, and like I'm driving around delivering packages, and like this old lady, I mean, it was like I was in a horror movie. She was like laser focused, like on my vehicle, just like staring at me the whole entire time. Like when I pulled up to the house,
where she saw you dropping packages off.
Yeah, and she was like 3 houses down. I'm like, this ain't even none of your business.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, they got nothing but time. That is their business.
Yeah. Yeah. So I delivered a package, and then there were more packages in that neighborhood, but the only way to get out was to go right back down that street.
Okay.
And so I finished delivering the packages, and on my way back, she's still outside and just like continue laser focus on the car. And I'm like driving. Next thing I know, the sheriff pulls up, and I'm like,
oh shit,
why is the sheriff pulling up in this kind of neighborhood? I mean, it doesn't even seem like there's gunshots over here. There ain't even, everybody's at work. Like, this doesn't seem like the neighborhood where like the sheriff just has to pull through this random neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just not patrolling.
It's like he should just be chilling off the highway, eating donuts and watching out for people speeding. That's what he needs to be doing.
Revenue
collecting. That's where you make your money at.
Yeah.
But he didn't pull me over or nothing. I just kind of kept driving and just was like, I'm doing my job.
Right.
I mean, if he does stop me, it's like, you see this trunk load of packages that I got back here.
Right.
You see what my phone.
Right.
I
it's
got
pretty easy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, please don't waste my time. Like, I only have 3.5 hours to do this route. I'm trying to get it done in 2.
Right.
So I can go home.
Oh, nice. That's how it works.
Yeah. Like
me too.
I'm a pro at this now.
Nice.
I'm a pro. I remember the very first time I did it was like back October of last year.
Okay.
And like, I did my first 3.5 hour route, and I mean, it took me probably like, I didn't even finish it.
Oh, yeah.
I had to drive back to the warehouse to drop off the package. It's like, yeah, I couldn't find some of these addresses.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these people wouldn't allow me to deliver the packages. All kind of bullshit.
Sure.
And that even took like 4 or 5 hours. And I was personal training at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was like, well, I don't have clients until later, so I could do this in the morning. So I did it. Still had those packages. Hadn't eaten like all day.
Mm-hmm.
Sped to Chipotle to get something. And I'm like eating in front of like one of my clients. And she was cool with it. So, it didn't matter. Still with the packages in my car, like while I'm at work. And so when I got done with work, then I drove to the Amazon warehouse, which was like right down the street from where I used to work. And they were just like, yeah, just leave them there. I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, I'm not doing this shit ever again in my life.
Yeah.
Then I started doing it again. And my first 3.5 hour route, I had got it done in like 3 hours. And I was like, okay,
nice.
That's pretty good.
Extra half hour.
That's
for
pretty good.
Free there, yeah.
And then I did some more, and I'm like, okay, like this,
nice.
it ain't taking 3.5 hours. Then I pulled up to the warehouse one day, and I'm telling you, this got to be sometime. I've broken like 2 records being an Amazon Flex driver. The first one was when I pulled up to the warehouse. And when you pull up to the warehouse, they scan your ID and everything, and then they yell like 3.5, like for 3.5 hour blocks, or they'll be like 4.5 or 4, like for whatever kind of hour. So they did mine. Dude pulled up with a cart with 2 boxes, 2 packages,
mm-hmm.
and usually you get anywhere between like on average you get like 40.
Oh wow.
On average. So they pulled up with 2, and I was like, I even asked the dude, I was like, is this right? And he was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. I was like, so I scanned the packages, put them in the car. The catch was I had to drive to Blue Springs.
From where?
From Shawnee, Kansas.
Okay.
So, which isn't that bad because, I know the town pretty,
mm-hmm.
Pretty well. Been here my whole life. So
right.
It's like, that's not that bad. I mean, it's all highway.
That's the thing. That's great about Kansas City.
Right.
Anywhere
yeah.
you want to go, it's all highway and it's easy to get there.
Exactly. So I get to Blue Springs and make it even better. Those 2 packages were in the same neighborhood. It was like
beautiful.
You had one house and then like 2 houses down. It was like, here's the next stop.
Beautiful.
You're done.
Wow.
So it was like an hour and a half.
And you got for 3.5, paid for 3.5.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because they pay you by the block instead of like, well, if you get it done in an hour, we got to pay you less.
Right.
It's like, nah, like you can get this shit done in like 30 minutes if you could, and still make the same amount of money. That's why it's a good little side gig.
That's
is
dope.
Because if you get good at it and you have your own process or you got
right.
your own little
system,
system, it's like you can knock out some pretty good routes. Because the second route that I got on the other side, I did this route in an hour and 30 minutes too. I had 50 packages. I delivered 50 packages in an hour and 30 minutes. Usually it takes at least 2 hours, 2.5 hours to even deliver like 40. Sometimes I've gotten like 35 or something
mm-hmm.
like that. And like, it'll take, at least 2 hours, 2.5 hours,
That's crazy.
But
I get a ton of Amazon packages too.
yeah,
I get a ton. And I'm always wondering, I was like, how is Amazon not taking these packages? Why am I getting so many? Like, why aren't you guys taking them? Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you guys on strike right now?
I heard about that.
I did too. I don't know anything about it, but I just heard about it the other day.
Because Monday was like Amazon Prime Day or something
Monday
like
and
that.
Tuesday, I think.
Yeah. And like people go
Tuesday and Wednesday.
People go berserk when
Tell me about it.
If you can get something,
it was like Christmas time for me.
If you can get something 20% off or free shipping or
mm-hmm.
whatever, get this shit to your doorstep and
mm-hmm.
like, the next day it's like you're just like one click buy.
It was awful. It was so hot, dude, delivering all that crap.
Oh, man. And in their warehouse, again, like no AC.
Okay, that makes sense.
So,
those big warehouses.
Right, yeah.
I worked in a UPS warehouse like that too.
And like dude was telling me cause I'll pull up with like snacks ready to go, like protein bars and all kind of stuff. And like a gallon jug of cold water and everything.
Uh-huh.
One employee, he was looking at my car and he was like, dang, that's a big jug. I'm like, yeah, man, you gotta stay hydrated. I mean, it's the summertime and you walk in.
I'll go through a big Bubba keg and still need more.
Yeah. And this dude was like, yeah, man, sometimes I just forget to drink. And then I'm like, man, you're gonna pass out one of these days being in this warehouse, man. Cause I'll get out of my car because you have to turn your car off. And usually my AC is like blowing and stuff, but I have to turn it off.
Right. For safety
when
issues.
when I'm going to get the packages.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I hop out of the car, instantly just start leaking. I'm just sweating. I ain't even started yet. I'm like, there's no way I could be in this place for 12 hours. 12 hours a day or however long that they work. I'm pretty sure they're 12 to 16 hour shifts. They gotta be.
Man.
There's no way that like.
Shout out to them. They're the real MVP.
Yeah. And I mean, they're like a team. Like I'll go in there sometimes and they'll be like huddled up and it's like, all right, y'all break. And then
nice. You got you, right?
Yeah. I mean, whoever's like the manager or whatever, like
he knows what's up.
Yeah. He's in the ass of all of them employees.
Good for him.
Like, you go on your lunch break when you go on your lunch break, come back when you come back. It's like they have to, but see, that's the thing though. It's logistically speaking, like you have to keep that constant flow of somebody's coming to get packages, somebody's loading up packages, somebody is going to deliver packages. You have to keep that constant flow.
Right.
It's like once that flow gets stuck or it stops, it drives everything back. Everything starts to get behind. I mean, it's like that at the post office too, UPS. All of those places. Yep. It's like if something gets stuck or, there's the organization is off or something like that. It's like it puts everything behind.
Yeah.
Everything.
Oh, yeah.
So everything just instantly stops.
And it pisses tons of people off. It's just the butterfly effect of something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. So, yeah, like it's like obviously you don't need like no high level education to work that job, but you got to have like.
How dare you, sir?
I mean, like you got to, but you have to have some like. A fast-paced mindset because like you have to be able to look at something,
work with certain a sense of urgency.
Yeah, because you have to be able to see something once and like remember it. Whereas like at a regular job you can just kind of make that mistake and go back and double check, triple check. It's like Amazon employees ain't got time for that shit. It's like you better get this right the first time or else you ain't getting the paycheck next week. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, like they keep that stuff moving. But I would never work for them, though. Like, that's why I do Amazon Flex. Because I'm like, I don't want to be tied to, like, a contract or an employee part, Like, no, I'm not doing that.
It's a trap.
Yeah.
Don't go to that trap.
It's like,
stay away.
They always really, really, really try to sell their benefits.
Of course they do, because that's the trap. That's
like,
the ultimate trap for Americans.
It's like
come get these benefits. You can retire when you're older. Come get some health insurance. Give you a little 401k. Come on, come do the dark side. Come with us.
Yeah.
Yes.
They'll be like you'll read the job post or whatever, and it'll be like signing bonus. You get 401k, medical, dental, blah, 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 blah. It's like you're working 12-hour shifts, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden at the bottom, it's like, but you're getting paid $15 an hour.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, to somebody who really wants that top part, it's like, oh, they don't care. They'll take that job. Oh, yeah. Because they want that 401k. They want that
security.
Pension. They want that health insurance. They want that dental. They want that vision. Like, they want that stuff.
Hey, that's what got me. I mean, that's why I'm if I didn't have kids, I'd be out of that place, but I'm trapped. I'm trapped because I gotta have that shit for kids, man. I gotta provide. And I don't have that. So you're an entrepreneur. I don't have that entrepreneur DNA, like that go get them out there, just crush it and make shit happen. Like doing this podcast takes everything. Like this is the most I can possibly do with that entrepreneur. I don't know what you would call it.
Entrepreneurship.
Recipe inside of my brain. Like it's just
got
enough. It's just
that it factor.
Yeah, I just don't have it. Like I try as hard as I can with this, but even I could do so much better with the podcast marketing and getting out there and that kind of shit. But
I mean, I feel like we all could do like so much better at like just marketing ourselves, period. Like I didn't, like you say, like you don't have like that entrepreneur,
there's a certain
it factor
DNA that entrepreneurs have. You can that drive,
but
that mentality.
But like us as entrepreneurs, like we didn't always think we had it. Like I went to college and got a degree in business. Like this was before I even became a personal trainer and all that type of stuff. And like I just wanted to own a business.
Yeah.
But now I'm like I have that mindset now where it's like I want to own multiple businesses. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that all just came from like understanding like your creativity, that's why I always tell people like that want to be like entrepreneurs and stuff. It's like what are you good at? And like don't allow somebody to tell you like, you know, oh, that can't make money. It's like entrepreneurship is very easy. Find something you're good at and monetize it.
Trying.
That's it.
I guess I'm not trying. I'm trying to just have fun with the podcast, but I haven't tried to monetize it or anything yet. I've been doing it for a little over a year. I just have fun doing it. I love it, man.
Yeah,
it's just my passion, you know.
And that's where it starts. That's where it starts. I mean, like,
I got told today it was going to end.
It won't.
Somebody just told me the podcast is going to get destroyed and I'm going to lose everything. I just got told that today.
Wow.
Just while we were talking, as a matter of fact, when we first started, when I hit the record button. I didn't fully read it, but I read the first little part.
Tell that person to go fuck themselves.
I will.
Just straight up.
Thanks, man.
Like, I mean, you know, you're always going to have that person that's like, oh, you won't make it. That won't ever get big or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, if you have time to tell me that, like, you must not be doing anything.
Oh, yeah, no, they said it's completely destroyed. I just lost everything.
Wow.
I don't know it yet. We'll find out. Apparently, I just lost everything.
That means you're doing something right.
I always said that. When you got haters, you're doing something right.
When you have somebody saying that to you, it's like you're on another level now.
This is a deep level. This wasn't on Instagram. This was personal text.
Okay.
So that's like, you know, not everyone's got my phone number.
Wow.
So that's like a real.
Yeah.
Whew.
That's like a behind closed doors type.
That's like for real. I don't want anyone to know this but me and you.
Yeah.
And you're going to get destroyed and your podcast is done.
That's crazy.
And I'm going to say, fuck off.
It's like personal vendetta right there.
It is.
That's crazy.
What can you say? I mean, what can you do? It's not my first time I've had some haters.
Right.
And some, it's a very controversial podcast, this is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but it's real, though.
That's the thing. That's
real.
That's why it is so controversial.
There's no scripts,
Ain't no scripts.
None of that.
Me. I'm raw as fuck, and I ain't professional, and I'm like, what's up? This is me.
Yeah. I mean,
here we go.
That's the creativity factor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if you were to try to force a script, it's like it just wouldn't be the same. It would no longer be a passion. It wouldn't be fun anymore.
I've had multiple people come in and help me out on the podcast throughout the past 14 months or whatever it's been. And this one person brought in a few guests for me and then gave me a list of questions. And I said, I can't do that.
Yeah.
This is my podcast. I need it real.
Yeah.
I can't it's going to sound scripted. It's going to sound phony. I'll feel gross just doing it.
Yeah.
But I did try it for the first time, but I went like this. I was like, well, I can't remember the dude's name. Eric, I have some questions here that someone gave me to ask you, so I'm just going to go ahead through those real quick. And that's just how I handled it instead of trying to pretend, because they wanted me to pretend to ask, like, bring these questions up.
Like, be serious about
it.
I
was like, I can't. I tried it, and I was like, I can't. I'm not going to do it. So
yeah, it's better when you come into something like with no expectations.
Yeah.
It's like when you have a list of questions in front of your face, it's like, my expectation is that you're going to answer it a certain way. Like you have to, you have to give me like the politically correct answer. Like when you ask me a question like about, you know, training or whatever, it's like I don't even have enough time to be like, oh shit, like what do I gotta check? It's like, nah, man, like I'm just gonna say it. Like
that's what's up. That's what I want my podcast is. That's all it is.
It's like I didn't write like 5 paragraphs of like everything I was gonna say on my phone and try to memorize it or anything like that. It's like, nah, man, just ask me a question. It was like whatever comes to my head, it's like that's what I'm gonna say.
Because this is all what this person doesn't know is I've been doing it for over a year and I haven't once tried to monetize it, and I don't give a fuck. I do this thing for me.
Right.
This is for me.
Yeah.
I've said since day one, before I started this podcast, I don't care if 2 people or 2 million people listen. It's for me. I do it for me.
Yeah.
I told you before we put the mics on. This is therapy for me.
Oh, yeah.
It is. And so, yeah. I'll do it if 2 people listen. I'll keep plugging away. People are still going to come on. I'm still going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
You always get people that say yes, like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll be on the podcast.
Who doesn't want to talk about themselves?
True. Now you make me feel bad.
Like,
man, I can sit here and talk about myself all day.
I came at you, bro.
Yeah. I was waiting though too. Honestly,
Were you?
I didn't want to be like.
On Bumble?
Yeah, I was like, man, like I didn't want to because when we had set it up, or no, when you had first said like you should come on one time, I was like, okay, cool. And then like some time had went by, and I was like, oh man, I wonder if he forgot about me.
Yeah.
And so I was gonna say something. I was like, no, I don't want to make it seem like I want it this bad, like, you know. But no, it was like, and then you finally hit me up, and I was like, oh yeah, of course I'm free. Yeah,
I feel like the hot chick in the bar.
You know. Yeah, like
That's
the one.
so
It's
funny,
like is he
like
gonna,
you're trying to play it cool, and then I come up to you, and you're like, "Oh, well, yeah, baby, yeah, you know."
is he gonna come get my number or
Yeah,
you know?
that's so funny. Of course, it was on Bumble too.
Right,
Bumble Biz, everybody, Bumble Biz. Like I don't know if you're whatever. I'm straight. I wasn't on Bumble Date where I met you. It was Bumble Business.
Business.
Let's throwing it out there.
Biz, B-I-Z-Z.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah, that was fun. That's so funny. Yeah, I was just I get super busy booking guests, and I'll have like a bunch booked out for a while. But I always have other people like you that'll have written down. And I'm like, all right, I got to make sure I contact him. I got a couple other people because I don't want them to forget.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure.
Yeah.
That everyone. Yeah. It's
like,
hard. It's a one-man show, so it's really hard because.
Oh yeah.
It is just I do everything. I book all the guests. You know, I set everything up. I edit. It's it's just a one-man show.
Right.
So it's hard to do.
Yeah. Everything.
I have to do it every week. It can be stressful sometimes. Just trying to constantly find.
Right.
Quality people on here. I can go down. You see the street I live on. I can definitely get some characters.
Right. Yeah.
In here, but
when I made that turn and saw that Walmart, I was like, oh, okay, I think I kind of know where I'm at now. You know what I mean? Like,
I need to start warning people.
I mean, it's not as bad as like, you know.
It's not bad. It just looks bad.
Yeah, you know.
It just looks ugly.
Yeah.
It looks. Doesn't look like the projects, but it's Section 8 housing.
I mean, maybe one day they'll come through and like repave the streets or, you know, something like make it look, you know, decent. It's funny because like, again, going back to the Amazon delivery, like you will see like a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. Like you'll drive through a lot of neighborhoods and like you'll see nice houses. You'll see like weird apartments where like, you know, You'll drive past building 800 and then the building next to it is like 934. It's like not even consistent anymore. Yeah. But like I'll drive past some of these neighborhoods where like they've had like the whole entire area like home developed or something.
Okay.
And like they don't even like plant grass anymore. They just put it there.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know, they'll have like rolls and rolls of grass that they just put there, and I'm like
2 days ago it was just dirt and rocks.
Yeah,
and now it's just a brand new lush yard, and it looks
like
good.
You've put like synthetic grass there, but it's weird though because it's like you'll drive through those neighborhoods and like
we're weird humans.
Those people will still be cutting the grass. It's like, how does that shit grow if it's just like, I mean, it's literally rolled up.
It grows. It just grows. The root system gets down into the dirt, and then it just becomes grass. It just becomes a yard. Yeah, it's sod.
That's crazy.
So it's like they do for like, like the Chief Stadium or something like that.
Right. But see, that's like AstroTurf and stuff.
No, that's real grass out there.
Is it?
Yeah, maybe. They probably keep it all year round though. I think they're grass. There's some grass ones and some AstroTurf. Everything's different.
Wow.
I tell you what, that'd be the way to go is get an AstroTurf yard so you don't have to mow.
I know. Yeah, it's like, yo, this looks green all year round. It's like I don't have to worry about weeds. I don't have to worry about dandelions.
I've always got the greenest grass in their neighborhood.
Yeah.
You just probably couldn't have an animal.
True.
Probably not good.
Cause because you can't compost. Like it won't like.
You'd actually have to cut like a big square out of real dirt. Like here's my fake yard, but I have to have some real dirt to take care of.
And I think some of them do that too.
I don't do that.
Like they'll have all the grass, and then like they'll have like a patch like just missing, or like they'll have cut out a patch, and then there'll be like real grass there, you know. So it's like the dog knows. Maybe
it's like, the dog spot.
It's like they try to train the dog, like, yo, go to this spot.
Piss there, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's what you would have to do.
Yeah.
I'd make a garden.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. So you'd have a patch of a garden.
I'd have one little patch. I'd have all my fake grass. and then I'd have one real garden amongst the fake.
But I mean, you can fake everything. Like you can have fake grass, fake plants, fake garden.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you can go buy plants at IKEA.
That'd be hilarious. Could you imagine that if someone did a whole yard with just a giant fake garden, fake corn, fake tomatoes, fake peppers?
I mean, it would look nice driving by, but it's like
that'd be funny.
Morally, it's like this is stupid,
right?
It's like you spent money on this, like that's why like when you drive to like nice apartment complex. I mean, like nice.
Mm-hmm.
You go in and it's like nothing in that place is real.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that like pine tree or whatever. Like that's fake.
Oh yeah,
they got that from the store.
Mm-hmm.
Probably pay like $10 for it. So
weird. We are a weird animal. Us humans are.
Oh man, we're the worst.
We're the worst. We're pretty good.
Well,
we're pretty good.
We're like
maybe we are the worst of the animal species. We're up there. We're up there as pretty bad. No other animals have really nuked anybody else before.
I mean, all you have to do is like go see Lion King, and then you'll feel like shit.
Yeah, because have you seen the new one?
No, I refuse.
How come?
It'll mess with my childhood.
How come?
I'm a OG Disney fan.
Okay, you like the old animation.
Yeah, it's like
you don't want to see how it compares and what it looks like. You're not curious.
That's the thing. Like in my mind, it doesn't compare, cause like I'm emotionally invested in those Disney. I'm not saying that it's a bad movie.
Oh,
like I even asked people on Facebook, like, "Yo, like Lion King was good."
I heard it was good.
Yeah, and like people are like, "Yeah, like I'm going to go see Lion King. I'm going to go see Lion King."
I heard people seen it twice.
Oh yeah.
Adults.
Yeah. Because again, they grew up like, watching the old movies, and then like when they reboot something, it's like, oh really? Like I gotta go see it. But it's like me, I'm just like, if I want to see Lion King, I'm gonna go like pull out the VHS.
Oh shit.
Go find the VCR.
Dang.
And plug it in.
You better find a TV that can take that VCR.
You know what I mean?
An
like,
old tube
well,
TV.
It's funny because like I had a TV with the VCR connected.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you could probably still get those at like a pawn shop or a thrift store. I mean,
well, see, mine is still at my mom's house. So like, and I'm pretty sure the Lion King VHS is somewhere. But like what I'm saying is like Aladdin, Hercules, Mulan, like all of those movies. It's like I've seen those movies so many times, and like just love how those movies were laid out and the specific parts and the people who voiced them. That's the thing.
That's the biggest thing. That's the thing I would have a hard time getting over is the whole new voices for the characters.
Yeah, it's like because it's so unique. It's like it's unique. It's unique to the time period. It's unique to you and your childhood.
It's nostalgia.
That's why like I'll get pissed off if they make another Toy Story.
They just did the Toy Story 4.
I know, and I went to go see it, and I'm like, okay, you guys got to be done.
Are you still? You've watched all 3 of them? Have you seen 4?
All 4, yeah.
Oh shit! Boy, look at you.
Yeah. So I mean,
you are a Disney freak.
I'm like, man, y'all, but they just got to stop because I mean, Disney owns everything now.
I know.
I mean, they own Star Wars. They
stop remaking shit.
Yeah.
They want to make money. You know how much money they're making?
It's like, okay,
why wouldn't they just
hire somebody to like create a whole new thing?
Why be creative when this is making so much money? They're a business. They're an entrepreneur.
True.
They're business. They don't. They're all about the numbers.
They don't want to reinvent the wheel.
They are not creators. The people in Disney now that are up making those decisions, they're not creators. They're counters. They're money makers. They got people. Stockholders. They got to answer to.
Right. Yeah. It's like. I guess it's pretty much like. If we remake a Lion King film, it's like not only will this generation go see it, but generations past will go see it, and this is our ROI on this on this movie. So our return on investment for this movie is like
the story's already made. We don't have to come up with a whole new story. We know the story works, the characters work, everything works.
It's like all we need to do is just like touch up the animation.
Well, they didn't touch it up. They just totally made a whole new thing. It looks cool. I want to see it. I do want to see it.
I refuse.
Yeah, I feel ya. I wonder if there's anything I would refuse movie-wise. I don't know. Probably, maybe Caddyshack. If they tried to redo Caddyshack, or like one of those classics. If they try to, I don't like when they redo stuff.
Yeah, like those like 70s, 80s movies. Yeah.
I'm not into that. Starsky and Hutch and Dukes of Hazzard and who knows? Charlie's Angels.
They're actually remaking a Charlie's Angels.
course they are.
It's crazy. Like I read it.
Make it again. Like not Lucy Liu and not the blonde chick Cameron Diaz and like without them.
Yeah, they're rebooting.
Oh wow.
I forget who's in it, but like they've got like 3 or 4 different actors playing Bosley. Like men, women, all sorts of people. I'll have to like look it up because I saw it the other day and I was like, there's no way.
People are suckers. That's the thing. That's the thing. What they know. They know people are dumb. They know they're suckers. They know they'll just go spend their money on silly things.
Oh yeah. That's why there's only like maybe 3 movies that I'm like, I gotta go see that. You know? Yeah. Like usually it's like a Marvel movie.
Okay.
It'll be a Fast and Furious movie.
Got to.
You know?
Got to.
So
got to.
Like 2020 Fast 9. So I may go see Hobbs and Shaw. I feel like
what's that?
That's the one that's coming out in August with The Rock and Jason Statham and Idris Elba.
I'm not trying to watch a clone of whatever.
Right? It's one of those like that's why
actiony
spinoffs.
Yeah, like
it's so hard to watch a spinoff.
It's gonna be hokey and goofy and over the top. I mean, it might be fun, but
yeah,
I'm not into those.
I'm pretty sure it'll have like jokes and all that type of stuff in it, but it's like I don't know, like spinoffs. I mean, they have to be done a certain way for me to go to be in it.
Yeah.
So,
what was a good one? Can you think of any good spinoffs? I can think of some good sequels and good.
Oh yeah, there's definitely
series type
good
things.
Sequels. Yeah, I mean, again, that's why, like Star Wars, for instance, like Star Wars is probably like.
I'm not a big Star Wars guy.
Uh-oh.
I love science fiction, but I liked them. They're fine, but I never watched them growing up as a kid. And then, so the first 3 was episodes 4, 5, and 6, right?
Right.
And then the new ones came out as 1, 2, 3.
Right.
So I waited for all the new ones to come out, and then I watched them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as like the first time ever watching anything, ever getting into Star Wars. Because I knew about Star Wars, never watched it, and then I heard they were doing that. I was like, well, I'm just gonna wait to watch them all in chronological order. And it was cool.
Yeah, that
it was cool.
So
I dug it.
That's kind of like if somebody never saw Star Wars before in their life, I would say watch 4, 5, and 6 first.
Really?
Because that's like your OG trilogy, and then like your prequel trilogy.
But if you didn't grow up watching it like that,
right? I mean, like it was funny because episode 1 came out in 1999. I think
seems close, something like that.
I think so.
That's roughly the time period, probably.
I had already saw 4, 5, and 6 probably like at least 10 times.
Of course,
like
most people have. I was the weird one. I was aware of it. I just never watched it. I've seen clips of it here and there. Of course, you can't live a life in the 80s and 90s and not see clips and stuff of it. But I never sat down and watched them.
And then now we're like 7, 8, 9.
That's it. I thought there was like 14 or something of them. Like there's all these little spin-offs. Like
you got like
Han Solo and I don't know. I don't know about the universe, but it just seems like there's a lot.
Well, see, it was even more confusing back in the day when like you would walk into a Barnes and Noble and go to the science fiction section, and you're like, damn, they got all these books too.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean?
Were they new? They were newer that go along with the movies and stuff, like the newer.
That's the thing. Like some stuff did, some stuff didn't. Like George Lucas is a very cool dude. Like he, obviously he laid the groundwork, and then like he's accepted a lot of what people have written and have done with just his 6 movies as like canon or like you know what I'm saying, like that goes along with the universe. So he's cool with, because
he probably thinks that's really cool, like for someone creative like him when he first started to create. Think about what that guy must have been like before he was big, before anybody, but his first big break, like that's what they want. I just had an artist on recently, and he was saying like their dream is like to create these worlds. Like he made this little thing there.
Oh, okay.
And so he's just like an artist's dream is to create their own world. And that's like what Lucas did. And now he's like, he probably feels somewhat of a god. He's created this entire universe, and all these other people are adding into it and creating into his universe that he already created.
Yeah.
That must be trippy for that guy.
Yeah.
Is he alive?
Yeah.
Are you still alive? Okay.
Yeah, he's still kicking.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, they're still asking him, for advice. Like, hey, George, like, what would you do?
What does he do with his time, you think? Like, why mess with that? He's made so much money.
I mean, he's a billionaire, so it's like,
he must love it.
What does the guy have to do these days? I mean, he was so passionate about making Star Wars movies that, like, if he's not doing that, he must just be, like, chilling.
You would hope so.
Pretty much. I mean,
just doing whatever
he's like
the hell he wants.
I guess you can consider him like a consultant, because like Disney will call him up sometimes and they'll be like, hey, like, are you cool with us doing this in the movie? Or, like, should we like write the story this way? Or like, what would you advise? How would you do it, George?
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And he's probably like, well, yeah, I probably wouldn't kill that guy. Well, Harrison Ford always wanted to die as Han Solo, so just kill him off. And
is that how that went?
Well, Harrison Ford back in the day didn't want to play Han Solo, like, probably like in episode, like, he wanted to die like back in episode 5, and George was like, nah, man, I need you for
why do you want to
4,
die?
5, and 6.
This is where he saw his character going, or he didn't want to do the series anymore?
Well, think about how much those actors were getting paid for those movies back in those days. Like, Harrison Ford was probably like the biggest actor that came out of Star Wars from back in the day. I mean, you're talking like what, like Air Force One, Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford. Like,
was that after Indiana Jones?
That was before.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, what came first? What was Harrison Ford's big
break? Probably Star Wars. Probably episode 4.
He was young.
Yeah. I mean, like, young. Yeah.
Child.
Yeah.
Now look at him. He's so old. How long ago was that? Ford, close to Ford. When did Star Wars come out? 77? Or was it after that? Is that an 80s movie?
77.
Okay.
My mom would know. She was there. She was there.
That's
for like
42 years old or something.
Yeah. Like a long time ago.
How old was that? Yeah.
I wasn't, I wasn't even
wasn't even a thought. Me neither.
Yeah, I wasn't even.
Me neither. That's
I wasn't even
me.
produced yet. Like, I wasn't even like that stardust in somebody's eye yet.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
So, but I got into the whole culture and universe of it like early on. So it was like, okay. And that's kind of,
a lot of people did, man. A lot of people got sucked in that universe.
Yeah. I mean, it's so easy though, because like, it's such a unique, like, thing, like movie, like things that happen, like they're fighting with
especially
laser swords and stuff. It's like, well, most of the movies that I saw growing up were like, Gladiator and stuff like that, where it's like real, stuff that could have actually taken place,
period piece type stuff.
Yeah, but here you are watching Star Wars where like they're shooting lasers that don't even need to be reloaded.
Yeah,
or they're like using the like dudes like standing in another room choking you. So it's like you gravitate towards stuff like that because it's like that'll never happen in real life.
You know what I did watch a whole lot instead? Spaceballs.
I've seen that movie. We actually watched that movie like in high school.
Oh, that's a good one. Mel Brooks is great. His movies are so just, especially for the time they were made. Yeah, maybe that's why I didn't watch Star Wars, is because I watched Spaceballs all the time.
Yeah, and it was like just that right there was like one of your like original like parody type movies.
Yeah, and it was good. It was actually really good.
Like parody movies nowadays are just like, it's stupid because it's like I mean, we have parody of parody movies. Yeah. Like you'll have a parody of a scary movie. So like, the movie series like Scary Movie, you'll have parodies based off of Scary Movie. It's how do you do that? It's like you're making fun of a joke.
Yeah, well, yeah. What was that one that was kind of like that? Meet the Blacks or something like that?
Oh, yeah. I think I saw like snippets of that, but it's like,
I went to the theater and saw that one.
Wow. Like, I don't know. It takes a lot for me to see like those types of movies in the theater because they're so short.
Yeah, that was just one of those, I want to go see a movie and this is the time period a movie's going and that's what I'm going to watch.
Like if a movie is like an hour and 20, hour and 30 minutes, I'm like, I'm not paying no money to go see that. Like I'll wait for it to be out and I'll just watch it when it hits Netflix.
That's why you like the Marvel stuff, because those are like super.
Oh man,
boy, you wouldn't like me. I'm not a big Marvel guy either.
Oh god,
I like Batman.
That's
if a DC, I know it's DC. If DC, yeah, at least I'm not that bad. When Batman comes out, when those come, well, you know what? Probably not anymore because I didn't go to the last few ones. I was a Christian Bale. Like that's Batman.
Yeah,
my Batmans are Adam West.
Okay.
Gosh darn it, the 80s one. Curly hair.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton and Christian Bale. Those are my
okay.
Batmans.
Okay.
Yeah,
Christian Bale, number 1, definitely for me. I like Michael Keaton too.
Those were good movies.
Like I don't know what it was. He just had like style that like you just
a little darkness
see.
to him.
Yeah, you know, like it was just like some style that you just never saw.
Yeah.
I can't really. I know Adam West is like the man and stuff, but
I watched those when I was a kid, and it's just fun. It's fun Batman. It's just comic book fun Batman. Like they were funny. They were bright. The characters were great. Like all the characters were great, and Adam West was just I don't know.
Like I feel like when you see like
a Batmobile,
the 80s, I guess 90s Batman's first, and you see that kind of darkness, and then you try to go back and watch Adam West. This is like
you have to separate
fun,
it all.
like. Yeah. You know, holy smokes, Batman!
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
bam,
So it's like
Robin.
oh crap, like that's what Batman is too. I was
right.
Like, oh, okay. So I mean, I'll say, oh god, what's that guy's name? Did you ever watch Batman the animated series?
Yeah.
So Kevin Conroy.
Yeah. I watched a bunch of them because there's a bunch of different animated series.
Yeah. I actually consider him like a very good Batman.
Yeah,
even
that's funny.
Even though he's just doing the voice, I'm like,
there's some real talent in voice acting.
Yeah,
there's something special to be said about someone that can be a really good voice actor.
Because he's like, in the darkness, I am the night.
Yeah, you know what? Those were good. The animated Batman series were really good.
Yeah,
forgot about them.
And that was like, you know, old school like Cartoon Network.
Yeah,
that was like
Cartoon Network. Yeah.
That was it. I mean, there's been a lot of them, and like, you know, some were good, some were bad, but like, yeah, Batman the animated series, it's like Kevin Conroy will go down as like the Batman.
Yeah.
You know, and then Christian Bale, like he completely murdered that role. I mean,
he ruined it. He ruined it for anyone else coming out.
Yeah.
Like, who can do it Batman now?
Yeah.
Who, like, I mean, we're going to have to wait for my kids' generation for a new Batman. It's going to be a whole new actor that hasn't even, maybe he's like 10 years old right now.
Yeah.
And he'll have to be the Batman in 20 years.
Yeah.
And so, because Batman, Christian Bale ruined Batman.
Yeah. I mean, he like did everything he possibly could to like, you know, have it to where like, like this was the ceiling. It's like Christian Bale got to that, and then he created a whole new ceiling that's like never gonna be reached. Yeah. And it's like that's why Ben Affleck was like, man, fuck this. I tried, I can't do it. You know.
Yeah.
Because he's
who wants to see Ben
Affleck?
Done. Who wants to see him?
Yeah,
Batman?
Come on,
like, dude.
You're too old to be. You're Batman.
Yeah, you're just not a believable Batman character.
Yeah.
Like you're just,
like
go be with a G Lead or whatever that movie was.
Like I will say that like I like Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne and Batman. There are like some Batmans that I like where it's like, okay, I liked him as Batman, but like his Bruce Wayne was terrible, you know? Like Val Kilmer.
Oh, see, I liked when I was saying the three that I liked them all. You never saw Adam West as Bruce Wayne, did you?
Not really.
Was he ever Bruce Wayne?
I want to say yeah, but I mean,
I don't remember.
It's almost like Batman was created before Bruce Wayne was created.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like you had Batman comic books, and then it's like we found out later, like, oh, yeah, he's this billionaire playboy that just, he hops in a costume and stuff. So, but that's why actors need to be a very good, like, Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Right.
Like, for instance, like when you watch, like, Batman and Robin, George Clooney, it's like, I mean, he was a terrible Batman and Bruce Wayne.
He was.
You know, whereas like
he was.
Val Kilmer was an okay Batman.
I didn't mind Val Kilmer, but I was a big Val Kilmer fan. Like he could do no wrong for me. I loved Val Kilmer.
Okay. Yeah, like I didn't really like his like
I didn't love his Batman, but I accepted it and it was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
90s was a weird time for Batmans.
I think so too. Cause it was like you had actors that were like too old to like play the role necessarily. Like Val Kilmer wasn't that old. He was probably like still late 30s, but like George Clooney, like really, I mean, like the dude had gray hair a little bit.
That dude's had gray hair since he was 14. I think.
Yeah. So it's like how like how does this work? Like how can you make me believe that you're this like
physical badass?
Yeah, like physical, never gets tired, can hang in a fight with anybody, and you've like got gray hair and like you just look tired in the eyes all the time.
Sleepy eyes
like,
and Bill
that
Clinton
makes
eyes.
no sense whatsoever.
That's funny.
But yeah, Batman. I did like Man of Steel though. With
didn't see that one.
Oh man,
that's DC too.
Yeah, Henry Cavill.
Okay.
Or whatever.
I've heard of that.
That was a good movie.
Okay.
Wonder Woman was a good movie. Justice League was terrible. It was terrible.
I'm trying to think if I've. Yeah, I just haven't really.
I mean,
I don't watch a whole lot of movies really.
I'm a movie buff.
I used to, but
like, I mean, I've
I
only
like
been
series.
alive 26 years, and I've probably watched like 100 times the movies that I've even been alive.
Yeah.
Because I've watched movies that like date back all the way to like 20s and 30s and stuff.
Where'd your love of movies come from?
I don't know. I guess it was because like when I would go to my grandma's house, instead of having like a bookshelf full of books or something, she had like a bookshelf full of like VHSs.
Oh, cool.
Where it's like you pull one down and then there's like another VHS behind that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So it's like you just start watching stuff. And then it's like along with being a kid, you're still a kid watching cartoons and stuff too. So it's like, you know, you're getting the best of like everything out there. You know, because I grew up watching those Universal Pictures monster classics, like the original like Dracula with like Bela Lugosi and like Frankenstein and the Wolfman and
Bela Lugosi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like he nailed Dracula down, didn't he?
It's like
I mean, you can watch that today and still get creeped out by it. Especially it's like black and white too, right? Yeah.
It's like, I bid you welcome. You know? It's like, oh my God. Like if anybody else said that, it's like, I'd want to slit your throat. 'Cause it's like, why would you even try to say that line in a movie, you know? But yeah, him and then Boris Karloff, The Mummy, all of those movies. Like, I grew up watching that.
Oh, that's funny.
And those movies came out in the 30s and stuff. And it's like, that's what I consider like horror movies, because it's like there's a story to it, there's that like suspense, there's that
lot of suspense,
thrill that you get, the music that they play,
the lead up to it too.
It's like real music that they play.
They
it's
build
like,
everything up. It's
like,
a slow build too. It's not like nowadays. It's, I mean, if there's not a car crash or a bullet exploding or something in the first 3 minutes, people or it's a jump scare. But if that's not in there, the first few minutes, people are done.
Like I feel like I get like with horror movies, like I'm a huge fan of horror movies, but like it's got to be like very specific horror movie. Cuz like, you know, you got like,
I liked Saw, like those ones. I dug some of those.
Like I saw them. I liked a couple of them. But like with those, because it's like 9 or 10 of them, it's like you feel like, all right, I saw the first 3. It's like,
just the first. Yeah,
I might as well watch 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I did stop at a point. I was like, all right, I've seen it enough. I know what this is. It's brutal pain.
Yeah.
People getting stabbed with needles all over in a tub, or walking on razor blades, and
or somebody getting like their
chopping
face
something
and
off,
jaw collapsed, or I don't know. It's crazy. I was like that with Paranormal Activity too. It's like,
never saw that one.
Like I remember watching the first Paranormal Activity like in college. It had already been out for some years, and then it's like, all right, I saw this one, and then it's like, all right, like let's go ahead and watch the second one. It's like, okay, we watched the second one, and now it's like, well, since I saw 1 and 2, it's like I might as well see the third one, and then they just kept coming out with them, and it's like, okay, well, I saw the other one, so let me go ahead and watch this one, this one, this one, this one. So, but it's like all together, it's like, man, I wasted a lot of hours watching those movies. Because I've only seen them once. I would never rewatch them.
Yeah, you don't rewatch movies?
Like I don't rewatch like bad movies.
You do rewatch some movies that. Yeah, I guess you were saying Disney shit.
Yeah. Like I'll rewatch. Like shoot, I mean they got Hercules and Mulan and stuff on Netflix. Like I'll rewatch that type of stuff.
Yeah, I've been showing my kids some of that stuff.
But like
they've been into Ninja Turtles lately.
But like if I go see a movie that's like I took my chances on it. It's like, if it's not good, it's like, I'll probably never watch that movie again ever in my life.
For sure. Yeah, that's understandable. There's a lot of good ones I won't watch again that had, like, a thriller, crazy, like, I See Dead People.
That's a good movie.
Good movie, but I won't watch it again. I already know the ending. Oh, what was that? There was a couple other, The Truman Show, and there was this one with Michael Douglas. I think it was called The Game.
The Game. That sounds familiar.
Man, that's a really good. If you haven't seen that,
yeah,
I think it's called The Game.
Michael Douglas is a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a good actor. So I'm surprised that I probably haven't seen it, but
it's really good. It's but it's ones you watch once.
Right. Yeah.
And what was that other one with Kevin Spacey limping off? Usual Suspects.
Okay.
You see that one?
I've seen parts of that movie.
Oh, okay.
I've seen parts of that
That's
movie.
one you need to sit down and watch.
Yeah.
The whole thing through.
Yeah. Okay.
See, I like those kinds of cool ones that make you think. Inception.
Yeah.
Like I like those.
Basically like Quentin Tarantino movies.
Oh my! I love Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, I was just watching Reservoir Dogs like the other day.
Nice.
And it's funny because like the first time I saw it, it's like that's the thing I always tell people who have never seen a Quentin Tarantino movie. I'm like, you will get mind fucked the first time. You will have to watch this movie again because the first time you'll get mind fucked. Just like Pulp Fiction.
It's my favorite.
Like with Pulp Fiction, it's like you've got like 4 different stories happening at the same time. And then, like, at the end, you realize, like, oh, shit, this is the beginning of the movie.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, how did they play that back and all that type of stuff? Just like with, like, Kill Bill, both of those movies.
I love those. Yeah, Quentin Tarantino is just, he's number one.
Yeah, but that's because he's so crazy, though.
Yeah, I just saw the one recently on Netflix, The Hateful Eight.
Okay. I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh,
that one came out recently.
Uh-huh. And it's on Netflix. It's like it would be one movie if you watched all. It's like a few different episodes, so it's like a series.
Okay.
But it's all one. I mean, you could really watch it in just one movie. Like Kill Bill was like one big movie.
Right.
That's the same way as this, and it's good.
It's like Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is good. It's got Samuel L. Jackson in it, of course.
Oh man. That, like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know how they teamed up. Like, that's the perfect combination. Right? Because Quentin Tarantino is like, look, man, you can just do your thing. You know, I know you're going to be saying motherfucker, like, throughout the whole movie. So, like, just do your thing.
Right.
Like, his Jules is just, like,
one of the greatest characters
of
cinema,
all time.
Right?
Yeah, it's like, oh, my God. And to think of it, like, I don't know if Samuel Jackson.
I like Vincent Vega a lot, too. I mean, there was just such 2 great characters. I love those guys.
It's like. And I think what
don't
makes
fucking
it,
Jimmy me, Jules.
Yeah.
That's Quentin Tarantino. Yeah.
Yeah. What makes those characters so dope though is that like they've only been played once.
Mm.
You know, like if you were to make like 5 movies with a Jules or Vincent in it, or even a Butch, it's like you'd get too used to the character, and it, you know, like all like that novelty factor would just wear off.
I'd like to see a Butch movie, to be honest with you.
Just a solo Butch movie.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like
with that chick that he had. What was her name?
Oh,
whatever
man.
her name was, but the foreign chick.
Yeah.
Oh, look, did you get blueberry pancakes?
Oh yeah.
I would like to see that movie with those 2 in it.
Or like, man, how did you kill that guy in the ring?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
What did that look like?
That would be part of the story.
What did that look like?
That would be a good one.
You know. What happened after the rape?
Because Butch didn't. Yeah, his story was kind of small, and that was. Oh wait, he was. That was The Watch.
Yeah.
The Watch. Yeah. Yeah, they could definitely do a good Butch movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. You wouldn't want to do more than one, but you could do one like prequel, same story.
That's what
timeline.
That's what they were gonna do because tying back to Reservoir Dogs. What's that dude's? Michael Brown or something like that. He was in Kill Bill. He was Bill's brother in Kill Bill Volume 2. I forgot what his name is.
Michael Madsen?
Yeah, Michael Madsen.
Yeah, I like him. He's that great B actor.
So he's Vincent Vega's brother in Reservoir Dogs.
That makes sense.
Cause I forget what his name is, but I read.
Well, they were all colors, right? He was Mr. Pink or something. Maybe not necessarily. Was he Mr. Pink? Was Michael
Steve Buscemi?
Was
okay. Mr. Pink.
You're
He's
right.
like, why do I gotta be Mr. Pink?
Okay.
It's like, why can't I? He's like, well, you're Mr. White. That's a dope name right there. So, but yeah, his real name was connected to the Vega's family or whatever, and so they were gonna make a movie called The Vega Brothers, but Quentin Tarantino just never got around to it.
That'd be a good one.
And then they just,
I'd like to see John Travolta and Michael Madsen together.
They just got too old.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's. I mean, like you could have done that.
CGI it maybe.
Well, I mean, they CGI'd. I mean,
everybody. Paul Walker.
Yeah, I mean,
but what they're doing now is they're CGIing their face. So they're still using their actors, but they're doing a little CGI face so they look younger.
Yeah, that's what they did with Samuel Jackson and Captain Marvel.
Okay, so they could do that with.
They could do that, but see, a lot of
let's get on this. What do we do? You're the entrepreneur. You're the go-getter. How do we make this happen?
Well, see, Quentin Tarantino. Well, Quentin Tarantino is such a low-budget director. He doesn't make like high-budget movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wants his shit to look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like for instance, in Pulp Fiction, Butch asks for like a pack of red apples. The cigarette. It's like there's no such fucking cigarette as red apples.
Because he didn't want to pay the royalty fee for
Marlboro
or something.
Because you got all these movies that like they pay Coca-Cola, they pay Apple.
I thought Coca-Cola would pay them. Here's we're gonna give you this much money to put a Coca-Cola bottle in the corner. You know what I mean?
With Coca-Cola, they might actually pay you, I think. But like if you're using like an iPhone or something in the movie and you're clearly using an iPhone, it's
you
like
gotta pay them.
Apple wants some money for that.
Really?
They want some money for that.
That's funny.
You know,
I would think of that as advertising and be the other way around.
Yeah. So sometimes, I mean, it depends. It
depends on the size of your business.
Yeah. So like he makes like just low budget sort. I mean, they don't necessarily look low budget though because he gets some really good actors.
Yeah.
Well,
they know you're working with a genius. Like the best.
I mean, like
who doesn't want to do a Quentin Tarantino film?
Right. And like Jackie Brown was another one that I just completely loved.
Forgot about that one. That was a good one.
That one was like that
was a good one.
Samuel Jackson was like just crazy.
Yeah.
He was like, man, what the fuck happened to you, man? It's like you used to be beautiful.
That's a good. People sleep on that one.
Now that's another one that'll just like completely tear your brain apart because
I need to watch that one again. It's been a long time since I've seen that one.
Because it shows the same scene from like 3 different points of view.
Wow, I gotta watch that again.
Yeah. I think that one might either be like, well, it periodically comes up on Netflix.
Yeah.
It periodically comes up on Netflix.
I'll have to search for it.
I'll see it on Netflix and it'll be gone for like 3 months and then it'll come back.
Right.
And then it may be.
They do that with all kinds of shit.
Yeah. And it's like, man, just keep this movie. Like no one cares. Like they're not making more money off of this movie. Right. It's like just keep this thing on Netflix so that I can watch it.
It's funny. You really get that when you have kids and they take their favorite cartoon off and you're like, I'm sorry, buddy. I have no idea why they took off. What was it that they took off? Mighty Machines. Mighty Machines was it was an educational show. It was all about dump trucks and cranes and work construction vehicles and how that works and how everything works from their whole day to day, like real stuff, not cartoons.
Okay.
It was cool. He loved it. He he's talking to me just the other day. He goes, "Why did they take that educational that show off?" He's 6, mind you. I was like, I don't know, dude. He goes, you would think they'd take something else off, but not an educational one. Right. That was my favorite show. I was like, right, yeah. Sorry, bud. Here's Ninja Turtles. You like this?
Yeah.
I'm in balls deep in Ninja Turtles right now.
Oh, yeah. Ninja Turtles. Yeah, that's another.
It's another one that they had a bunch of different spin-off, like different animation type.
Yeah.
Different ones.
I love Ninja Turtles, too. Mm-hmm. Like the movies and.
I do, too.
All that stuff. Like, that was. I like that one.
I even like the new ones, the new Ninja Turtle movies.
Yeah.
I like them.
I was kind of 50-50 on that first one where they had.
I was pissed about it at first.
Megan Fox as April. Yep. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I was like, "What is like what?" That doesn't make any sense. Like now you're trying to play like that whole like damsel in distress type role, and it's like, nah, April was
a badass.
Yeah, she wasn't like that. No,
she wasn't all dainty. She was pretty tough.
Like she was a reporter.
Yeah,
like
a street reporter.
Yeah, she's like sneaking into people's compounds and stuff, and
exactly.
Where's the camera at?
Yeah,
she's like Megan Fox is like falling off of buildings and having to get caught and stuff.
Man, and then what I don't like about those things too is the voices. When you do animation or CGI, and they have like a voice I recognize, it takes me out of it. And that one was Johnny Knoxville.
Ah.
And so when you listen to, I don't know if it was Raphael or Leo, but when you listen to it and you're like, it's Johnny Knoxville. I have to take my mind out that it's not him and just pretend, you got to.
He had to be Raphael.
Yeah.
Raphael is the red one, right?
Right.
Yeah, he had to have been Raphael.
Yeah, I can't remember. Every time you heard it, it was like, it's Johnny Knoxville. It's not a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah. Yeah. And like his voice is so distinguishable.
Yeah.
He's such a dumbass. That what he sounds like because he sounds so stupid in every single movie. It's like there's no, because he does Jackass movies. He does comedy movies. He was in Men in Black 2 as a dumbass. Like when you see him playing in another role or doing a voiceover, it's like, oh, that's Johnny Knoxville. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, that's Johnny Knoxville. That's Johnny Knoxville. That's Johnny Knoxville.
I watched. So he had a movie out. Did it come out? I don't know. It was called Adventureland. Did you see that one?
I didn't see that.
It was about a true story. I mean, it was based on a true story of this crazy park in like Pennsylvania or New York, upstate New York, some kind of place like that. And it was like in the 80s, and it was like this no holds barred adventure park with like water slides and rope swings and like those a tube, that you like ride your skateboard or something down and do like a loop-de-loo or maybe it was a water slide, but they had some kind of loop-de-loo. I mean, they had all kinds of deaths out there. They had like 16-year-olds that were running this place. They were serving alcohol. So there's all these kids and people getting drunk. I mean, there was people getting fucked up. I mean, like dying, getting paralyzed, just all these kinds of crazy accidents. And it never got shut down. And there's like, it was before a bunch of different kinds of like rules and shit got real implemented for like laws and stuff like that. So it's just like this wild, wild west of like craziness. And so they did a movie like that with Jackass. I mean, not with Jackass, but with Johnny Knoxville. I think it was like a year ago. It's not a good movie. I tried watching. I couldn't even finish it. It was so bad. But I watched a documentary on the Adventureland, and that was good. Okay. But I was going somewhere with that. Oh, before the Adventureland thing, because I went down this YouTube wormhole. You ever go down one of them?
Wormhole.
Rabbit hole. Just where on YouTube.
You start watching videos.
Just starting to take this video leads you to a different video, to a different one, and it's who knows. So this one was like that Adventureland one. Okay. And so I'm watching this interview with Johnny Knoxville. And that dude, you can tell he's got some brain damage now. It's sad. Like you can tell it's like CTE, like of all the concussions and all the head trauma he's had. Yeah. It's really showing. It's really kind of sad. Yeah. Like I was seeing, I was feeling bad for him. And then he was talking about the Adventureland movie and how fucked up he was getting on that, just hitting his head and getting more concussions on that. And you can really see how much it affects him. Yeah. And he's not that old of a dude to be talking the way he does. It's not going to end well for him. It kind of sucks, man. Yeah. Here we are. We grew up. I grew up watching him be Jackass. All of those guys. It's gonna suck watching him deteriorate. Yeah. And the way he goes, and he keeps doing it. He still has to chasing being in the Hollywood eye and still being out there and doing shit, maybe getting paid. But he's going to keep, it's like an old boxer that refuses to stop fighting. Oh, man. Man. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, you grow up watching that stuff, and it's like, oh, man, that's funny. And you talk about it with your friends at school. Like, oh, yeah, did you see Jack? Like, did you see that movie? Or did you see what he did? And it's like, now we're grown, and it's like, man, he ain't talking right no more. The price he's paid.
He's, like, forgetting stuff. And But, yeah, it's, like, same thing with boxing. It's like, like when you watch Rocky, you know, it's like this dude was taking some shots, and now it's like all of a sudden it's like he can't remember stuff, right? And he's like sad. He's just all messed up. It's
sad to watch people deteriorate like that when they watch your mind slowly just disappear like that.
Because like it's all like, because like it's one thing to be like an athlete and just have like natural wear and tear. Like a Michael Jordan, where it's like, obviously he's not playing basketball anymore because, like, knees. And
I bet he still shoots.
He probably still shoots around. Like, just like with
if someone challenges him, he's not going to turn down.
With
not that guy.
With any old guy, it's like, I'll still come and like throw up some shots, but like I'm not playing like a.
Yeah. No. Yeah. He's not going to play a game.
I'm not playing a 45-minute game. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like it's like that side of it, but then like when like your mind starts to deteriorate, it's like you can't fix that,
right?
You can't fix that.
That's the scary thing,
like
not yet anyways. Hopefully stem cells and maybe some CBD would help fix that.
Oh, definitely with the CBD.
Did you like that?
Oh, yeah.
You like that? You're a CBD guy.
Tied that in perfectly.
I'm a professional around here. This is why the podcast is not going down.
Well, see, that's why I didn't hand you a list of questions, because like we would have never been able to get to that.
That's right. It was a long way to get to this.
It'll naturally come about.
What's your deal in the CBD game? Like, I know you're. I'm kind of hip to it. I had a pretty big CBD guy on here about a year ago. Okay. And started getting hip to it then. What's your involvement and why?
So I'm affiliated with a company called HempWorks.
Okay.
So a network marketing company called HempWorks. We can have a whole nother conversation about like network marketing specifically, but
Another time.
Right? Yeah.
I wonder how long we've gone here.
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It does. I'm just curious. I like to know.
But we sell CBD and then like other hemp derived products, whether it be like pain relief type creams or like facial creams, like anti-aging type creams.
How
and
about
things
like
that.
protein powder or anything like that?
And I wish,
Really?
I wish. I think I'm probably like the only like personal trainer who does this.
Does what?
That's
The
into
hemp?
the CBD
really?
like business maybe. I mean,
I
like,
would think a lot of you guys would be in it because of
Well,
just
that's
the
the-
benefits they always promote with
that's
inflammation.
that's
and
the
stuff.
thing though. Like I know, like for instance, I follow a lot of like bodybuilders and stuff on Instagram, and like they use it, but like like locally, like here in Kansas City, like I don't know if a lot of fitness people have been like exposed to it. Like I'm pretty sure that they know about it, but they think that like, well, it's only used for people who like have cancer or have like serious medical issues. It's like, no, like I don't have any serious medical issues and I use this shit every day.
They still under the
You know what I mean?
not educated enough
Right,
about it.
yeah.
They just kind of
Yeah.
hear it and think it's a gimmick or something.
And
or
and that's where it goes back to like marketing yourself. Like I market myself.
that's what you want. You want to be the only CBD fitness guy in town, anyways. You should be glad ain't nobody else on that track.
Well, no, because then I'd rather have a team
Okay.
and make money off of that team.
Okay.
So that
you
I
just want
can
to be the empire and be the fitness CBD guy.
Right, yeah. So I mean, but going back to
It's good to have a team.
HempWorks,
I'd like to
yeah,
have a team. I should
Oh.
probably work on getting a team.
definitely.
It's just hard to find people out there to trust.
Be creative and
I've found, I find
monetize.
people who I think I trust, and then, jeez, it gets. Anyway, sorry.
And that's hard. That's hard. It's hard to find
hard to-
people
yeah.
that you trust
And build
but-
a team. It's hard to build a
Right.
team.
Yeah. Which
I'm
is
not
why
Phil Jackson.
Which is why you have to but see the thing is that like how often do you find a Kobe Bryant? How often do you find a Michael Jordan?
But you gotta have the right coach
So
for Kobe
I mean,
Bryant
like,
and Michael Jordan, don't
true.
you?
But that's like when you find somebody like with like raw talent and then all you have to do is just kind of like do the touch ups. You know what I
think
mean?
So?
Yeah, because I mean,
I don't know about that, man. I think Phil Jackson had his work cut out for him with Jordan and
Well-
Kobe. Just
well, yeah,
those,
I mean-
those personalities.
yeah, like their personality definitely,
I mean,
but
you gotta
like
know how to. You're not telling Michael Jordan what to do.
right, but like from a standpoint of like if you look at how long Kobe Bryant was actually in the NBA, not only in the NBA, but like good
Mm-hmm.
in the NBA. It's like that had to have been like, Phil Jackson just kind of like saying like, these are some of the things that you should do to like last longer in
Yeah.
this sport, So like, I mean, you have people that like, you want to coach them up a little bit, but like ultimately you want to be able to just let somebody
Do their
do
thing.
them.
Right.
So like, yeah, you want to
Perform magic.
you
Do
want
your
a
thing.
team, but like you only want to like you want to coach them. You don't want to manage them. A
Yeah.
manager is
You're
like
right
in your
that.
face every like
That's
5-10
right.
minutes. A coach is like, hey, keep these things in mind. Go do you.
Right.
Make sure that like at the end of the day, like you've done these. I don't care how you do these 5 things, but as long as you get these 5 things done
Mhm.
your way, it's like I'm happy about it.
Right.
I'm happy.
Do you?
So
Just do it.
Cause like as somebody who would coach a team, I don't want to have to like be on my phone like every 5 minutes. Like, hey, did you get this done? Did you get this? I want to be able to trust somebody enough to be like,
Well, that's the thing I was saying. It's
to
hard to
take
trust.
this-
It's so
I
hard
know.
to trust anybody.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I've had so many people tell me they're gonna do something for me, and then it's like, hey, where is this? Where is that? And it's like, oh, it's like, why tell someone you're gonna do something?
It passed my mind, or I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
My dog ate my
just
homework.
wasn't important. It's like for you.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
you break your word that easily.
it's definitely.
So the
definitely
CBD stuff. So you want to coach?
Right.
You want a team of CBD fitness dudes around, or men and women around here, like a team of CBD pimps.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Like people who are as much of a grinder as I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody who can understand like what this stuff does. Like, so that's how I would coach my team is like, hey, give you the education on it, obviously, like, you'll have questions. Like, I want to be there to support you, but I'm not going to be like, hey, like, did you sell today?
Right.
And stuff like that. It's like, no, like, did you build a relationship with somebody today? Or, you know, is there anything that I can provide for you? See, a lot of the times, like, as a manager, it's like, what can you do for them? Like, as somebody who's coaching you, it's like, hey, is there anything I can do for you?
Right.
So yeah, like, having a team, I mean, I'm part of a team. Like, nice. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So,
That's
I mean,
awesome.
you know, like, again, like, with network marketing, it's, you know, it's networking, you know, but you do definitely want to have, like, the right people in place.
Right.
You know, like, you want to have people who, you know, that they're not going to drop the ball on just anything, you know?
Right.
Like, I'm not saying, like, hey, you need to put this first and everything else comes second. But, like, at the same time, it's like, okay, if you want to do, and that's why I don't, like, hard sell anybody. I don't hard sell CBD. I don't hard sell personal training packages. I don't hard sell anything. You know, I just educate, you know, and then from there, it's like, I give you a reason, like, why you would need this, you know, like, why you would need training, like, why you would need CBD. Like I could tell you all day, like, what CBD does for me. I mean, I'm somebody who's been, like, weight training for almost 11 years. And, like, I've got some mileage on my body. I mean, like, I'm a Toyota though. Like, I'll last forever, but, like, I've got, like, you know, hundreds of thousands of miles on me. Right.
Yeah.
So with CBD, like, you know, I use it every single day. I use pain relief cream every day. I use my oil, you know, every single day.
And it help. I mean, obviously you're using it because it's working.
Yeah.
What's it doing for you? Exactly.
So
what's the difference you can
So
see?
for instance, like, when I was maybe 16, 17, I mean, I was working out probably like 6 days a week, recovering like this. I mean, you would go to the gym
16,
and
that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But, like, you know, you start getting older and it's like, all right, I'm barely making it through like 4, you know? And, like, yeah, like, I get sore a lot. Like, if you train as heavy as I do or as intense as I do, then, like, you know, you'll get sore, you'll build up a lot of free radical damage and inflammation and all that type of stuff. With the CBD, it just helps me flush that out a lot quicker.
Okay.
So that I can be back in the gym and hit it hard again, you know, because, like, if I'm training legs on a Monday and then, like, Tuesday I got to train chest or something like that, it's like, and that, like, I've got 24 hours between both of those workouts. So I need to be able to efficiently recover, whether that be through pain relief cream, my actual oil, bath bombs that we have, you know, so actually soaking in Epsom salt and all that type of stuff. Like, those are the things that I'm gonna need to do in order to recover. Now, obviously, I don't have the time to take a bath every single day. I don't have time to soak. Like,
how long of a bath you got to take for that to kind of absorb in your skin, like, to be effective?
So, I mean, usually you would soak in the tub for probably like 20 minutes.
It's a long time.
And everybody that knows me knows I'm in there for like 45.
Really? I can't. I don't think I could do more.
Like,
than 10.
I'm in there till that water is cold.
Yeah. See,
you know?
it starts getting a little lukewarm. I'm like, all right, I'm out. This is not enjoyable anymore.
Yeah. Like so I'm in there for a long time. So obviously I'm not going to do that every day, but I have other stuff that, you know, works on a regular basis that only takes maybe a minute or two to apply. You know, CBD coffee, which I was never a big coffee drinker until I started drinking our CBD infused coffee.
Nice.
It's like incredible. And then, like, when I run out of creamer, I just start putting the protein or the I start mixing it with my protein shakes, the actual coffee.
Nice.
So it's like you get that coffee taste, but it's like, oh, okay, this is still a chocolate protein shake too. So it's like,
I do that every now and then. Yeah.
Just blend it all together. And then, like, pets, you know, pets is another thing. Like, we have CBD for pets, so you'll have, like, pet oil, treats. I know, like, for instance, like, I've run a few experiments on, like, some dogs, specifically, like, some boxers, and, like, those, you know, those big dogs, like, they're very friendly,
pain, right?
And joint, and that's because, like, in their mind, they think that they're small dogs. They think that they could just hop on the bed, hop in the car and all types of stuff, hop on you and just, you know what I mean?
A real body dysmorphia.
Right. So, like, you know, so they're like real high energy. So, like, you give them like 1-2 treats and they're like sort of mellowed out for the rest of the day.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know my mom's dog, which is a terrier, just a, you know, small terrier. I mean, like during the 4th of July, during thunderstorms and
right,
stuff,
right.
that dog is freaking out.
Terriers are like that, yeah.
My mom will tell me like, yeah, she ripping up cardboard boxes and like a crackhead or something. Like, just like, you know what I'm saying? Just,
right.
So like giving her like the oil or giving her like a treat or two here and there, it's like, it'll kind of like, it'll calm that down. You know what I mean? And so just like with now, for instance, like through a thunderstorm, I don't see any humans like getting like that to where they need to tear stuff up, but like it works the same.
Right.
And both, and dogs need a lot less than we do. So that's why like we have like 250 milligram for the dog, 500 and 750 for the adults for us. And so we have like a couple of different flavors, got like natural flavor, got peppermint and cinnamon. So I like the cinnamon because it gives you that little like kind of hot tamale.
Ooh,
like
that's
the
my
candy.
Favorite. I love
you know
those.
what I mean?
Yeah, no, I love hot tamales.
Tight flavor. So like it'll
Jolly Ranchers too, like those cinnamon fire Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, so it'll have that peppermint. If you can't do like caffeine, like me, I don't take any caffeine like ever. Just because it's kind of dangerous.
For you?
Yeah, for me. Like, for instance, my blood pressure.
Issues or something?
Not necessarily. Like, I used to be able to handle like pre-workouts and like all sorts of stuff like fairly easy. And then all of a sudden, I guess, now that I'm like a tad older, it's like one time it was crazy. Like I had a huge scare. Most people don't even know this, but like I had my pre-workout one day, which had 300 milligrams of caffeine in it.
Is that a lot? Seems like a lot.
It's on the higher end as far as like pre-workouts are concerned. And that was even organic caffeine too. And then I had an intra workout that had caffeine in it also, which was 200 milligrams. And then my dumbass had these like Crystal Light packets that were the energy ones that had caffeine in it. And so it was another 300 milligrams of caffeine. So I had a dosage of about 850 milligrams of caffeine.
You should have just taken some coffee beans, and grounded them up, and just started snorting them.
I know. I know, right? Might as well have just been on cocaine or something. But like that was in a 2-hour period. And like I started working, everything was like pretty normal at first, but like I started working out. All of a sudden everything was like, I mean, it was weird. Like everything started it was almost like I was dreaming. Like everything started getting like super focused. My heart started beating extremely fast. I started like freaking out. And like, because I'm so intense in the gym, I'm like sitting here thinking like, oh, this is just a part of the gym. This must just be a hard day today or something. But then even after I leave, it's like I'm like breathing all hard, thinking that like I'm about to pass out and all kind of stuff. And then I started realizing like, oh, you dumbass, you took like 800 milligrams of caffeine. So it's like I had to stop that. And so I thought,
what did you do?
I have no idea. Like it was, I mean, mixing all of that together.
No, I mean, what did you do? Did you go to the hospital or anything?
I just went home and laid down.
Really?
Yeah, I just.
Were you freaking out at all? Like
I was, because
I'm like, should I go to the doctor? Should I go to the hospital? The ER might be on my way home. Maybe I'll just go there. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? I would be freaking out.
Like my vision started getting kind of like blurred and stuff, and like again, like you feel your heart pounding in your chest and stuff, and
you hear it.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, like what's going on? What's going on? It's like, well, maybe if I lay down for like 30 minutes, like I'll be okay. It's like, yeah, okay. So you start getting all jittery and you start shaking and stuff, and you start sweating. I mean, it could be 20 degrees outside and you're sweating.
I'll be pacing around.
Yeah. Like you're walking, like just doing laps, like shaking. Just back and forth. Like, okay, like what's going on? So that's why I lay down, because it's like, it'll keep me from doing at least that. And I can just kind of, okay, take my mind off everything. But then even after that was over with, I would still just take my pre-workout. Then all of a sudden, when I had got my checkup, and I don't know what it was, but when I went to the doctor just to do an annual physical, I just started shaking. and was like nervous, and like I don't get nervous.
Huh.
You know, like I mean I could be like public speaking in front of like 50 people, and like I don't get nervous.
Right.
You know, but I'm sitting there by myself, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like I'm shaking. I'm starting to sweat,
Sounds
and
like
I'm
an
wearing
anxiety attack.
I'm wearing gray.
So
it's like
showing through. Yeah.
So you know what's going on there. So then when they took my blood pressure, it was like 170 something over like 101.
Boy, you're flying.
And I was like, is that for real? And so they're like, yeah. It's like, are you kind of nervous? Like, yeah, you know. So they're like, okay, well, we'll reassess it after like you know, after some time has gone by. They reassessed it, and it was still high.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, I know I'm not like about to have a stroke or nothing like that. It's like, I look at myself as a pretty healthy individual. So
most
like,
people would, yeah.
when something like this happens, it's like, you know, did somebody shoot me with like some steroids or something? Or like, did like what happened? So again, I talked to the doctor, and the doctor was like, yeah, you got to lay off on the pre-workout. And I was like, okay. So I started making my like own stem-free pre-workout with no caffeine and stuff.
Nice.
And so like with the CBD, with the peppermint flavor, peppermint is a natural stimulant.
Oh yeah, it is.
So like it'll kind of like it'll boost your energy up a little bit, but it's not like caffeine.
Right.
Essentially, it doesn't have the same effects, which is why I don't take peppermint at night, because
it'll keep you up.
It'll keep you up a little bit. So I stopped. So I stopped doing that, and then I got my blood pressure down again. So now it was like I had checked it, and see, like, because I'm a personal trainer, like I check my blood pressure at work. You know what I mean? So I'm just like at work in the office, and I just slapped the thing on, and it's like reading like 127 over 88. So I'm like,
that sounds good.
This is much better. This is much better.
Yeah.
You know? And so I like the doctor even called, like, yeah, can we get you in here? And it's like, I don't like going to the doctor. I don't like going into a hospital. So it's like, I just told him, like, look, man, I checked my blood pressure at work. It's this. It's like we good? It's like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. It's like, so I didn't have to go for the follow up. So I was like, okay, cool.
Nice. Saved yourself some money too.
Exactly. So this year, probably like back in like March, April, like my blood pressure was high. I mean, it was like, we're talking, I forget if it was my systolic or my dystolic, but one of them was 256.
I don't know what that is. You know a lot of words that I don't know.
They like so your systolic will be the top number, the dystolic will be the bottom number.
Of what?
Of your blood pressure.
Okay.
So when you get your blood pressure readout, you'll get like
something over something.
Yeah, so like 120 over 80
Uh-huh.
is like pretty decent. We want to get under that though. People say that 120 over 80 is like perfect blood pressure. It's like, no, that's actually stage 1 hypertension.
Okay.
Or that's like you're at
even
risk.
Even for an athlete that's working out all the time, don't you have like a higher?
Well, that's the thing though, is that even as an athlete, we would want to be like 120 to like 135 over 80 to 90 ish, a little bit. But like I think my systolic was like 256, and like my dystolic, my bottom number, was like 120 or something like that. So it was like, dude, you might have a heart attack in the next like couple of days.
Wow.
Like, what the fuck is going on? And so I was like, I need to gain. It's like I wasn't even taking caffeine. It was just high. It was just
for no reason.
High. Like I have no idea what was going on. So I'm like trying to game plan.
How many days after that crazy spike was this?
This was like, let's see,
quite a while after it, or
4 months. 4
or
geez.
5 months. Okay, so it wouldn't have had anything to do with that. Holy cow! Just a random.
Yeah, and so
you just got high blood pressure, or?
I don't know. I mean, you know, family members have had history of like high blood pressure, or still have high blood pressure, but it's like, you know, it psychologically messes you up because you're like, man, I go to the gym, I do my cardio, like.
If I start getting a little too fast, you get a little.
I eat my meals and stuff, and you know, I mean, I only cheat maybe a couple of times a week. You know, I might have sushi here and there, but it's like overall, I'm a pretty healthy individual, right? But I mean, it was high, so I had to really game plan. So what I started using, or what I started doing, was I started using my CBD again, like on a regular basis. And I'm not saying that it was only the CBD that did this, but now my blood pressure again is it's like 121 over like 82.
Nice.
So, and that happened within 4 weeks. So I was finally able to get that back down. Cause let's see, that was around that March, April. It was like in May that I mean like this past May that I got it back down. And so again, like CBD, drink a lot of water. Obviously, like I usually drink like a gallon of water a day, like easily. And just kind of try to start paying more attention. Like I haven't, like I said earlier, like I haven't been like dieting, so like I'm a little underweight and stuff like that. So, but I am still kind of trying to watch like what I eat. Like I don't want to just eat everything in sight. Although sometimes like
you want to,
yeah, definitely. Like people always think like, well, this is easy for you, Malik. It's like, dude, I want a cheeseburger every single day of my life.
Who doesn't?
That's the difference between like a fitness person and a non-fitness person is that
discipline.
Like I want one every single day. It's choosing not to get one that differentiates me from somebody else.
That's why I need more discipline in my life.
You know,
I keep getting those cheeseburgers, keep calling me back.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like when I do have one, it's like all out.
Go ham.
I mean, we're talking like Five Guys or
gotta have Five Guys.
Freddy's or like a real burger place. I'm not talking about like, oh, let me pull into McDonald's and get a Big Mac. It's like, no, F McDonald's. Like, get you a real burger. Like, go out to a nicer restaurant and get you a burger. Yeah, you know what I mean? Something that they didn't pull out.
$2 extra, but it's worth it.
Like, I want to go to a burger place where there's like cows in the back of it.
That'd be great.
You know what I mean?
Good luck with that around here.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, that's how fresh I want something to
Me
be.
Me too.
You know, like I know, like
from farm to table.
If you go out to like Seattle or something, like if like, are you a big sushi fan?
Oh yeah.
So like if you go out to Seattle, they're like catching the fish like
that morning
like in front of your face.
Oh shoot.
Like some of these restaurants are like right off of the pier.
Oh whoa.
You know, so I mean, like you show up to that restaurant. You've got like 3 guys with a line out, like trying to catch some salmon that they could put into your order.
Oh shoot!
For your sushi. So
the menu's constantly changing every hour.
Yeah, they're like, well,
you know, right now.
some tuna swam in the other day, so you know, like you can get some tuna shrimp tempura or some shrimp tempura. Like, yeah, we just got these shrimp in this morning. So,
oh, man, that's the dream.
Yeah.
Why don't we have an ocean around here? How do we get that? How can we get the, just instead of look like the Ozarks, we'll just fill it with like Pacific.
Well, if
the Pacific water, and we'll put some coral in there, clean it out real good, just make our own little ocean. Is that possible?
If we can
technology. If
we can get Texas to maybe have an earthquake and crack in half or something, we can probably get some. We can probably get a water flow or an ocean flow.
Yeah.
Over here. You know,
at least be some brackish water.
Yeah. Like get some real fish to come over here. Like none of this. Like, all right, there's a little bit of catfish here and there. There's some bass and stuff. Yeah. It's like, no,
crappie.
Like I want some fish that get eaten by bigger fish to come over
snapper.
Here. Yeah.
Some redfish.
Yeah. Like legit
barracuda.
Legit alive like fish that like you could point out and find in Nemo or something.
Yeah, pretty fish.
Yeah.
I want to eat a pretty fish.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
They probably don't taste that good though.
Yeah, pretty fish? Come on, they gotta taste good. Trying to think of a pretty fish out there now.
Clownfish.
Oh wait, rainbow trout. They're pretty. They're delicious.
Rainbow trout. Wonder what
salmon are pretty.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so.
Especially
I eat a lot
red.
of salmon.
They get a little bit
too.
of red.
Yeah.
Like when they're spawning and they look all red and green.
That's that wild caught salmon.
See, they're pretty and they taste delicious.
Like people are always like, man, I hate salmon. It's like, well, what kind of salmon do you buy? It's like, well, I usually get the farm raised over.
Yeah.
All right. So it's like that's the most disgusting.
You're eating what
salmon.
they eat, which is these pellets.
Yeah. That's like the most disgusting salmon you can ever get. It's like, well, I got it because it was on sale, and it's like that's why it's on sale.
Right.
You know? Like I'll pay the extra like $2 per pound for some wild caught salmon because I know when I put it in the oven and take it out, it's gonna be flaky and juicy and good. You know.
You like fish. You like some fish.
A little bit. A little bit.
I like everything.
But I think that fish it allows me to stay away from like red meat when I'm dieting. You know, because like I used to do a lot of flank and I'll do a lot of like sirloin steak and stuff like that. But I've like cut that out over the years. I mean, I used to eat it like at least once a day.
Yeah, just less red meat in your diet.
Yeah.
Just
like I've cut it out completely recently. I'll have a burger here and there, but like I'm actually thinking about going vegan for a month
really?
to
Why?
see how that works. I think that like, you know, a lot of times when you prescribe, I've prescribed a lot of nutrition protocols for a lot of people, and most of those nutrition protocols like I've done myself, like intermittent fasting or like I've done keto before, and I personally don't like it. You know, I've done like, I mean, whether you do paleo, Mediterranean, all those types of, you know, things or whatever, Atkins and all that type of stuff.
Right.
Like I've usually done some of those for the most part. So it's easy for me to be like, okay, this is your personality. This is your schedule. This is the amount of weight that you need to lose or gain. So, you know, I can easily create somebody's nutritional protocols based off of like what I've done and the information that they've given me.
Right.
Whereas like, luckily I've never had a vegan client, but like if I did, it's like, I have
Better start doing some research.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what maybe this 30 days would be. Maybe it's kind of a research type thing.
Right. Yeah. It's like, cause I would have no idea what to put in your food.
How to supplement.
Like,
some of the
like I talk to my mom a
vitamins
lot.
you need. Yeah.
I talk to my mom a lot about veganism because, you know, she cooks a lot of vegan dishes. Her greens, which are like to die for.
Love me some greens.
I mean, oh my goodness. Like
I gotta have some neck bones in them though.
That's the thing though. Like my mom doesn't put neck bones in them, but they taste so like smoky and good, and just like, cause they put the neck bones in them for the flavor, right? That smoky flavor. My mom still creates that smoky flavor without putting any meat in it. So like it's vegan. So like if you go to a family get together or something and you've got like a vegan, a vegetarian, and a carnivore, which is most likely me, everybody can enjoy something.
Right.
You know, vegan mac and cheese still tastes like regular old mac and cheese. Everybody can eat something.
Sure.
So with me, I think my whole experiment is like, you know, what kind of results can I get? Like,
okay,
am I still going to have like the same strength in the gym? Am I still going to be able to like, you know, like get my calories in, get my protein needs satisfied? Obviously, I'm going to get my carbs, you know, met because, you know, that's a lot of rice, a lot of quinoa, a lot of, you know, maybe a lot of fruit, oatmeal, stuff like that. You know, and then am I going to get my fats in? So it'll be interesting to see like what happens, because this will be like a complete overhaul of what I'm used to doing.
Yeah.
Period.
When are you going to try and do this?
Probably August. Probably like within the next
couple weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because we're already like, 10 days away.
That's what we were saying.
So,
I got a lot of stuff to do in the next 10 days.
Yeah.
Better make it the next 9.
Right. Got to make it through today first.
Like I said earlier, I'm just trying to make it by the hour.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I mean, if I like it, I might do it for a little bit longer. I think that I'm more susceptible to actually changing my diet than like, for instance, if you asked me like 3 years ago, like, hey man, you should try to go vegan, I would have like never talked to you again.
Right.
Like, go fuck yourself. Like, you know, leave me alone, you know, because it was like I was eating meat probably like, out of my 6 meals, I'd probably be eating meat like at least 3, like on a minimal day, you know, or as much as like 5. You know, it would be a little bit of chicken here, maybe a little bit of salmon there, tilapia there, steak, like I said, turkey.
Ooh.
Like ground turkey or turkey breast, which a lot of stores don't sell turkey breast.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I think I get it at Aldi's. I think they have it.
Yeah, because I know, like, I used to shop a lot at
Aldi's is good. They got a lot of good stuff there.
Yeah, they do.
It's for cheap.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Which is what I need.
Like every single like college town needs an Aldi.
Every tiny ass little rural town that's got no money needs an Aldi too.
Oh man.
Yeah, everyone needs an Aldi.
It's funny. Like I was in Atchison, Kansas, like a couple of weeks ago,
nice, yeah.
doing, you know what, and I did not see a grocery store for nothing. Like I pull into town.
They got to go to a Walmart somewhere, their local Walmart or something.
Yeah, and I see like a Title Loans. I see a McDonald's. I see a Taco Bell, a Pizza Hut. I see a a Hotel 8, all
Right.
that, like all that essential stuff that's in like every town.
Right.
But I'm looking around like, where's Price Chopper? Where's Hy-Vee? Where's Sunfresh? Where's an Aldi? I did not see that for the life of me. And then I'm like, where's Walmart at? And like, I'm not seeing a Walmart either. And so like I'm driving, and when I was on my way out of the town, I finally at least saw the Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So like, this is where you
Yeah.
guys get your groceries
Yeah.
from. So you like, but yeah, everybody can, especially how they're making the Aldis now. Like there was
Oh, they're nice.
Like
they
there's
look like a real grocery store now.
Yeah.
Now I go to Ghetto One still.
Yeah, I think the one
Which I don't mind.
I think the one off of Troost or Paseo still like,
Oh yeah, I know that one.
yeah, it's still like small, just like, that aisle, and then you just wrap around. Whereas like they have some that are like humongous. They got like alcohol in it, like wine, everything.
Yeah, I've gone to the one in Lee Summit. It's like new. They remodeled it or something. It's crazy. I walked in. I was like, this is like a real grocery store. There's aisles and aisles.
Yeah.
And it's clean, and it's like put up there nice, and it's completely different. The new ones are like, I don't know. I'm used to the ghetto ones.
I am too. Like
I don't mind.
I'm so used to it. It's like, I guess now that that Trader Joe's finally bought them out and stuff, and they're probably responsible for the remodels. It's like,
oh, I didn't think about that.
Maybe they won't charge us $0.25 to use the carts anymore. So,
No, that's how they keep the cost low.
True.
That's why.
I think maybe, but then again though, it's like you get your quarter back. So,
but they're not. What the thing is they're not paying somebody to go out to the parking lot and bring all the carts back in and put them there. So it's people they're not paying.
Like the cart run and stuff. Yeah. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, same with like the bag. Why there's no bag boy and you bag your own
Why
bag.
hasn't anybody else thought of that then?
Because we're Americans and we're lazy and we expect other people to do things for us.
Wow. Because, like, I mean, obviously somebody's going to put their cart back at Aldi, but it's like you should put your cart back, period, though.
Well, they just put them in that little
right, the one
container.
The one that's like in the parking lot.
Yeah.
But some people can't even do that.
Oh, I know.
I
don't get those people.
Like, I mean, you'll pull up and there's like a cart just like randomly on this island all by itself.
Yeah.
That's just hanging there.
Yeah, or two wheels up on it or something.
Yeah, it's like, whoa.
Come on, people.
What did you guys buy?
Was it an emergency?
Yeah.
Just had to run away.
Like, did you have to go save somebody's life?
Was there a fire?
Or what? It's like, if it was that serious, then like you probably wouldn't have had a cart. You would have just ran in there, grabbed the stuff, went to self-checkout or
probably wouldn't grab anybody, just left, dropped everything and ran.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, it's actually illegal. Like, for instance, if you go to Walmart and, like, steal a TV, it's actually illegal for them to go chase you.
All you have to do is make it out of the door?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That actually happened to a Walmart employee got fired for doing his job.
Because he ran out and...
Yeah, because somebody stole a TV, and he actually went to chase them to go get it back for Walmart.
Uh-huh.
And
Dude,
they ended up...
job too serious.
They ended up suing, and... The kid lost his job, and he was... It's like, yeah, when they make it to the parking lot...
they're free.
Yeah, essentially.
Do they not call the cops? Surely
I'm sure they did.
They got to call the cops.
I'm sure they did.
We got you on camera, dude.
Yeah.
And here's the TV. Here's the stolen property. They
like
just can't get them right then and there.
You still have to go through that whole, like, process of, like, police report and all this type of stuff.
Okay, so here's what we got to do. You got to go into Walmart with a mask, and you got to run. Don't get a TV. TVs are cheap. It's not worth it. It's a hassle. Good luck trying to put a 55-inch TV in the back of your car while you're trying to run out of there stealing it.
Right.
You can get yourself, I don't know, I like Xbox stuff. I could use a new Xbox controller. I could see going in there, them busting that out of the little container. I mean, just holding it like a football and going, see ya, sucker. Just run like hell with your mask on. You got to have your mask on, maybe a wig, and just run as soon as you get to that parking lot. Freedom! Have an Uber out there waiting for it. Well, not an Uber, they'll catch you. You have to have your buddy just waiting to pick you up.
Yeah, got to have some type of wheelman.
Yeah, got to have a wheelman.
Getaway driver.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why, like,
That's why you need a team, and that's why I need to build my team. I need a team for my podcast. It's also going to help me steal stuff from Walmart.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Got to build a team.
Uh-huh.
Got to have two precision drivers. Got to have somebody who can bullshit their way. Like, you know what I mean?
Will you be my rock?
Oh yeah.
You'll be the Rock.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, I think we got this going then.
I can like smash through brick walls and I can do very unrealistic stuff.
Nice.
You know, like hop over fences at 265 pounds.
We got a hell of a team here starting out.
With
complete, starting to recruit everybody.
Complete ease, you know. So, but yeah, actually, I consider myself more of the Vin Diesel. The smaller of the two, but is not afraid to like fuck up somebody that's like 5 inches taller than me and outweighs me like another 80 pounds.
All right.
You know, like I'll take on
Diesel.
that.
Yeah, I don't want The Rock anyways. He's a cop.
I'll take that fight.
Yeah.
I'm more of a family man.
I'll be the Paul Walker. I kind of,
you know,
I can pull the Paul Walker look because you're still alive.
Right.
All right. We got this down.
Yeah.
We'll load our truck full of CBD and rob Walmarts all over the country.
Oh yeah. We'll see.
And get fit while we're doing it.
I might actually be thanking Walmart later because Walmart plans on investing in cannabis.
Really?
Yeah, but see, Walmart is. They're smart sons of bitches. Like,
yeah,
you know,
of course.
Like, they're like
Walmart.
People don't realize that like Walmart is like light years ahead of like everybody else and has always been light years ahead of.
How about Amazon? Isn't Amazon kind of surpassed them, or are they kind of?
I think Amazon is like. I think they'll definitely like.
Amazon's taking over.
Yeah, they'll
Jeff Bezos, to be more exact.
They'll be like number one in like everything at some point.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
mm-hmm.
and I don't mean like just number one, you know, sales or nothing like that. I mean like, you know, like if you need toilet paper, Amazon.
People are already doing that.
Amazon is going to be the place to go.
People are already doing that.
You know.
Hey, do you guys deliver dog food?
I think so.
Those big, heavy 50-pound boxes, the big, heavy 50-pound boxes?
I've gotten a couple of them.
Huh. I don't know if you guys did that because we get a ton of them. I was figuring you guys don't get a lot of the big stuff, and we get a lot of the big stuff. Oh,
man. I delivered, I don't even know what it was. It wasn't even in a regular, it was in its retail box.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even in an Amazon Prime box. It was like something that I delivered to a lady's like personal daycare. Uh-huh. It was like a toy. It was like a slide or something like that.
Oh, sure.
And I barely got that thing in my trunk. So like, and it was funny because like it wasn't heavy. It was just like this is taking up a lot of
big
real
and
estate.
Awkward, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's taking up a lot.
That's
of
why
real
I was
estate.
thinking. I didn't know if you guys took those big ones because of how much real estate it takes, and we can.
I think sometimes like they just don't care how big my car is or anybody's car.
Yeah.
Like. Something that's like really like just it mind boggles me. Like I'll see some people pull up in a coupe.
I've seen on my mail route. I've seen people in Mustangs delivering Amazon.
Now to that point, if you're driving a Mustang, I would assume that you make enough money to not have to do this.
Yeah, they're like older Mustangs, you know, like the early 2000s.
I've seen somebody pull up in like a Mercedes-Benz coupe to the Amazon warehouse.
I have seen, I've seen some BMWs or Mercedes flex drivers on my route too.
Wow.
Like some little old lady too. I'm like, huh, that's interesting. You probably got a story there, lady. I should probably get her on my podcast.
Yeah, it's like, that's an expensive vehicle. It's because like if something happens while you're on your route, it's like, that's on you.
Really?
Yeah. It's like Amazon ain't covering none of that. You know, just like with Uber. I mean, Uber will I don't know how Uber specifically works because I know my friend does Uber, and like I was gonna do it, but I'm like, I don't think I want other people in my car.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't think I want like strangers in my car, and like the risk that you take. Like with packages and stuff, it's like I'm on my own. I know what's in my car and stuff. To a certain degree, like
right, it's Amazon, you know, it's fine.
Yeah. So, but like with Uber, it's like you're putting in like people that like you don't know and like you have no idea like where they're from.
And they're
like,
sitting right behind you.
Yeah, and it's like with me, it's like I don't like when people sit directly behind me.
I don't like that either.
You know, especially
I constantly want to be like. But then you look weird because you're looking back, and so you're like trying to make, you make that excuse where you're trying to look back at something. I'm trying to look for something way over there, back there, but you're really trying to look at this fella that's creeped right behind you.
It's like, did you see that? Like, was that a cat? Was that a squirrel? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know. So, Like, I'd be like, look, you either have to sit on the passenger side or you have to sit up front with me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's like no ifs, ands, or buts. Or I would just be like, well, I have a kid, so I'm just going to put like
a baby seat in there?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a kid, but I'd buy one. I'd make that investment just so that I could save my life.
I was going to bring that up. You should just do that, and you can just go to a garage sale or a thrift store and just get some old, used, whatever one.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't care if it works.
And there's a lot of garage. I see so many garage sales on my route. It's crazy. Like, I mean, sometimes I want to stop and pull over and be like, hey, I will give you 5 cents for that Nintendo DS game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do.
And just flip stuff.
I've stopped on my route before to garage sales and bought stuff. I've put, it's not in here now. It's in the garage. But I had a chair just like that I put in the back of my mail vehicle and then, put it in my truck to take home. I've all kinds of things.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Benefits.
I just got to get that. I just got to get that route done before 3.5 hours. It's like, I'll come back maybe. Like, I actually deliver packages to people who were running a garage sale, and it was like, oh, I want to look at some of this stuff.
But you want to get back in time? Yeah.
Do you take Visa?
Yeah,
because I don't carry
cash.
Square card. I'm not. I ain't carrying cash on me. Like,
got PayPal or Venmo.
Yeah, it's like I will Facebook you like 5 cents for this. I will Facebook you like $2.
Heck yeah. I'm good for it too.
And then just flip it for like $5, $10.
Yeah. See, that's that entrepreneur mind you got there.
I'm telling you,
like that. I think I just got a good deal. I can't wait to play this. And then I'd be done. I'm like, I spent $3 on a big deal and throw it out.
Right.
So I gotta switch my mind up.
Yeah. It's literally anything. Flip whatever.
I'm doing it. I'm gonna start. I've been working on changing some things. I just joined a gym recently for the first time ever.
Okay.
I played some sports in college and so had access to facilities there.
What sports did you play? I don't think we touched on that.
Soccer.
Okay.
I played everything, but my life was soccer. Ate, drank, slept. Soccer is all I did. What were we saying? Where did I go? What were we asking?
Let's see, soccer, gym membership.
Oh, yes. I'm trying to change. I'm trying to be a better man. But yeah, this is the first time I've ever joined a gym, and it's like I just did it like a week and a half ago.
Right.
And it took me a long time just to build the nerve to even walk in there. And then, now I get in there and try to figure out what these machines are, and I look like an idiot. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying. I'm in there. I've got a little routine that I talk to when I go to Planet Fitness because I don't know, just no contract.
I was gonna say because like
it's $10 to do. I was like, I'll just check it out.
Normally, when you join like a real gym, not trying to be
I understand.
Not trying to be that guy, but when you join like a gym that has like real personal trainers, like you get a free session for them to show you like what this is all about, what kind, like how these machines adjust. Because like if you haven't had a gym membership ever, or if you're a first time person going to the gym, it's like,
it's intimidating.
What is this? It's like, okay, is it like, does this work the chest? Does this work the back? Does it work the chest? So with Planet Fitness, it's like you'll have a trainer there that'll be like kind of,
you can ask them, hey, what does this do? How does this work?
Yeah, and then they'll show you. But it's like, that's why like personal training has like with anything, it has its pros and cons, but one of those pros
I'd love to have one
or benefits
right
for the client is that like, you can pick my brain. It's like I always ask like my clients like, throughout the session or, like when I'm marketing myself or, if somebody, has a question or whatever, I'll always, answer that question, or I'll say, hey, do you have any other questions? Or, hey, whenever you have a question, like, feel free to hit me up. It's like that's what social media is for.
Right.
It's like I have a DM for a reason. I have like, like a messenger for a reason. You know, it's like go ahead and hit me up. It's like you don't need my personal you don't need my personal number. It's like, just send me a message.
Yeah.
And so like I've gotten into the whole social media aspect of like not only marketing myself but like engaging friends and followers to certain posts. So like you'll ask certain questions.
Okay.
That people kind of like they'll scroll down and they'll see something.
Do you ask it in a story on a poll, or do you do like a post?
I just post something.
Like a post and ask
like
them?
I might just post like, like I might just post like, do you work out?
Okay.
Comment below.
Gotcha.
And somebody might be like, yes. or somebody might be like, no. And then I might comment and say like, well, why not?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like, oh, well, I don't have the time. Like I start hearing those thousands of
everyone's got
excuses that
yeah.
I've heard already.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, well, I don't have time. Well, I got 5 kids and this and that and the other. And it's like, I can literally create a 24-hour calendar for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we can start filling your hours
right.
and seeing like where your time is going.
Right.
People
don't want to do that, do they?
I know, because it's so scary.
It's that they have to admit, holy shit, I watched this many hours sitting in my ass of TV.
Right. Yeah. It's like, because like, you know, most of the time, like for instance, with my 24 hours, like I can tell you, you know, exactly what it looks like, you know, on specific days, you know, give yourself that 8 hours of sleep, you know. As far as like on the hour and stuff, like you don't have to count like, oh, well, it took me 20 minutes to shower. It took me 30 seconds to brush my teeth and stuff like that. But it's like on task stuff. How long are you doing that for?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like if you're an entrepreneur and like, let's say we're talking either, you know, the network marketing or real estate or personal training, it's like, how many hours are you putting into that? You know what I'm saying? So like with me, it's like, it's pretty skewed right now because like personal training takes up most of the time. CBD will take up, you know, a little bit more. Yeah. A chunk of time. And then, you know, getting into real estate, you know, that's taking like less time, but it's starting to take more time.
Right. Of course. So the more you get involved with it.
It's so interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like I'm starting to obsess over it.
You got too many irons in the fire. Look at you.
I don't know. Like people tell me like, oh, you do a lot.
You do a lot.
And it's like, you know.
Why do you work out so much? Just to look good and stay in shape, or is there anything else beyond that? Like
it's therapy.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's it. Like
I get that.
Like,
yeah.
you know, I started working out in 8th grade. Well, actually, it's actually pretty funny that I'm gonna tell this story for the first time, like out loud.
Strap in, ladies and gentlemen.
It's crazy. Like in 7th grade, that was when I like started a new school. So like I had been going to the same school from like kindergarten all the way to like 6th grade or whatever. Like I went to a Montessori school. So at a Montessori school, you have like P3, P4, which is like pre-K type stuff. So I went to that school from 3 years old until 6th grade. Then I started a new school. Now by this time, if you could believe it, I had dreads. So nice. I had a lot of hair back in those days. And so like, you know, like, yeah, like people make fun of me and this and that and the other. And
I figured, hey, new kids got dreads. That's dope. Let's go talk to them.
That's the thing though, is that it was dope because as soon as I cut mine off, everybody else started getting them. You know what I mean? So like I had those and like I had been planning on cutting them off just because like I just didn't want them anymore. Right. Like, but yeah, like, got made fun of. Like I was this like skinny fat kid or whatever. Right. I mean, like I played basketball, but like that's like elementary level. You know, I mean, like you're a kid, like you have energy to do that. But you know, when 7th grade year was over with, it was like that's when I made the decision. Like, man, I need to start working out. Like, you know, so that I can go back to school and just be like, you know, I'll show them.
Nice.
You know, just be able to like.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like be big enough to where like people wouldn't have to come up to me and say nothing because they would think that I would just like knock them out or something. So like I went to my grandma's house that summer and like I would do that pretty much every year until probably like I was 13, 14 or whatever. But like I would go to my grandma's during the summer and like, you know, kind of have like a summer job and like work in her yard, pull her weeds and stuff.
It's important for kids to have that kind of stuff.
Lay the bricks down for the walkway and all that type of stuff. Yeah. And I did that in 7th grade. And like we would work for about, you know, 3.5 hours a day or so outside in the heat and everything. And then like later that day, like I would try to go in the basement and like do push-ups and sit-ups and stuff. And then it kind of like died out a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then I got fatter and like started to become a couch potato. Like I was the kid that was playing video games like 8 hours a day, you know. And it's like as long as I had like some Doritos and maybe some jujubes and stuff like that.
Love me some jujubes.
If I had that candy by my side and stuff, it was like I wasn't leaving the room. Yeah. I didn't care.
It's too comfortable.
So like eventually it was just like I gotta like It was like that was the first time I started thinking about like my future. Like what,
wow.
Where are you gonna go to college at? Like what are you gonna do?
Jeez.
And that's when I came up with like the dream that like one day I'm gonna own my own gym.
Oh, cool.
Just out the blue.
Wow.
And then I started working out and stuff, and you know, because I wanted to get bigger. Like I just wanted to like get big and strong. Like that was it. You know.
Wow.
And
you did it.
I think, let's see, by the time I was in high school, that's when I started playing football and got more into like the whole working out and stuff and
weight training and
stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was introduced to bodybuilding like by accident. My uncle was a bodybuilder, you know. My uncle was also 6'7".
Dang.
300 pounds. Lean like 300 pounds. So or his weight would range between like,
wow, what a monster,
265, 300, you know. Depends on if he rode his bike or not. So
man, I want to be big. What's it like to be so big and strong?
Yeah. But like I started kept working out. I was at Barnes and Noble one time with my mom, and we were just like looking around, and like this was when Barnes and Noble was like a boring store to me. So I just kind of like was in the DVD section, and I saw this DVD, and it was titled Pumping Iron.
Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. So
I just keep calming and calming.
So that's how I so you've seen it. That's how I got into it, and I begged my mom. I was like, can you give me this? Can you give me this? It was $5.99. $5.99 completely changed my life.
Wow.
Cause like I started watching that movie, and I'm just like, oh my God, like this is what these guys do. And it's like, it's not only like going to the gym, it's like competing and getting on stage and like presenting your body in a certain way. And like, you know, it's an art, you know what I'm saying? So I really started to gravitate towards it, but I still had this dream, like, you know, I'm going to go to the NFL. I'm going to go to the NFL.
Really?
Yeah. So like I still had that in place also, and you know, kept playing football. My by 2009, my uncle had actually passed away from cancer, and I was like, man, I'm done with football. Like I don't want to play football anymore. And this was like right before my senior year in high school. So I was like, man, I'm done. Like I don't want, like I just wasn't
the best year for it.
Yeah, I was like, I just don't want to play anymore. It's like I want to start bodybuilding and getting ready for a competition or something.
Okay.
And my head coach, it was funny because like I just stopped showing up to practice. I just, you know, didn't show up to any off season workouts, nothing like that, because I was going to the gym 6 days a week, and I was like going to the park and doing cardio every single day. You know, just trying to get in shape for some show or whatever, right? Like that's like where my mindset was. And then all of a sudden my head coach had called the house like while I was at the park. So he called my mom, and she answered the phone, and my coach told her like, yeah, like where's Malik been at? Like, you know, is everything okay? Type stuff. And you know, basically my mom was like, you know, well, she called me and was like, you know, I'm about to come pick you up and take you over, and y'all can talk. He wants to talk to you. So it's like, okay. So I sat down with him, and I'm like kind of nervous because it was like, it's almost like, you know,
breaking up with him.
Somebody, you know, and after that conversation, which I'll never forget that conversation. I'll never forget what was said in that conversation. But at the end of the conversation, he was able to convince me to play my senior year. So, so I played, and I started getting letters and stuff from colleges and everything like that. There was one school in particular that definitely wanted me to play and stuff like that.
What was your position? Oh
man, so if you know what school I went to, it was a pretty small school. So there was about 22 of us on the team.
Oh geez, so you played all the positions.
So we all played. So all the starters pretty much played both ways. But
dang.
Essentially, I played. When I very first started playing, I played guard on the offensive line, then tackle, then I played center, and then, you know, you play D tackle, defensive end, all that type of stuff.
Okay.
So we kind of moved around a lot, but it was funny because I was actually getting scouted to play a position that I had never even played before, because they looked at my physique and just kind of was like, well, you know, you match those size needs that we would want in that position. So they wanted me to play outside linebacker in a 4-3 defense, which 4-3 defense you have.
Is that you rushing? Would you be rushing a lot?
No.
Okay.
So you have a 4-3 and a 3-4, which are basic formations for football. You'll have like 4 down linemen, and then you'll have 3 linebackers. So you'll have a Sam, a Mike, and a Will.
Mm-hmm.
So they were scouting me to play the Will position. So the Mike linebacker is like the quarterback of the defense. Right. He's the one that's got the mic and stuff in his head, and he's the one calling the plays, and he's the one that's kind of navigating the defense. The Sam is the bigger of the 3 linebackers, because he needs to guard the tight end. He needs to be able to cover the tight end.
Okay.
So you think somebody like a Rob Gronkowski, who's
Right,
like
right,
6'6", like 265.
Right.
A Sam needs to be at least 6'4", like Brian Urlacher type size or whatever.
Right.
So obviously I wasn't going to play that position at 6 foot. So the Will is kind of like the smaller, faster linebacker who can really like run downhill and stop the run. He'll kind of go in pass coverage a little bit. Now with a 3-4, you have 3 down linemen, which tend to be pretty big ass linemen because they have to take up a lot of space.
Sure.
And then you have 4 linebackers. You still have a Sam, a Mike, and a Will, but then you have what they call a rush linebacker or a jack, or I know oh man, what's that dude's name? The Seattle Seahawks coach. He calls
Pete
it
Carroll?
Yeah, Pete Carroll. He'll call it the elephant position, which is basically their rush linebacker that'll rush. Then you have your Mike and your Will still, but they're both playing the same position. They're both basically playing middle
Will
linebacker. Yeah. And then you still have your Sam, who can also rush as well. So I was getting scouted for that position. Ultimately, I didn't want to, like, after that senior year, I definitely didn't want to play.
Okay.
I just didn't
done
have
with it?
Yeah, like I usually do things at 0 or 100%, like, and I wasn't 100% on playing, so I didn't play. And with the whole bodybuilding thing, you know, I started watching. This was when YouTube was like not even monetizing videos at this time. I mean, you had this was 2009, 2010. This was when before all the big YouTubers now even started.
Right.
So like I'm watching whatever's out there. Ronnie Coleman, like, you know, Kevin Levrone, all my favorite bodybuilders, like seeing like, okay, how do these guys work out? How do these guys eat? And I think that's why like I'm able to do some of the stuff that I'm able to do is because like from a younger age, I saw it being done and just kind of like implemented it into my workout. So like you see a guy eating like 6,000 calories and it's like, well, I can do that too. You know, like I can eat, you know, 3,000 to 6,000 calories. Cause I tell people like, yeah, I eat like 6-7 times a day. And they're like, what? Like, how do you do that? How do you eat 6-7 times a day? And it's like, it's pretty normal for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like, you know,
because probably most people are thinking you're having big giant meals.
Yeah, people thinking that I'm eating like
breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yeah, like it's like no, like I throw some shakes in there and stuff like that, some protein bars.
Yeah.
You know, and I weigh all the food out and stuff. I know exactly what's in it, so
man,
it's pretty easy to.
I don't know how you do it, man.
To get it.
I don't know how you do it. You got a lot going on.
It's pretty. I don't know.
I like it.
We
gotta drive.
I gravitate towards like what needs to be done first, you know? So, I mean, if it's like, all right, I got to go to work, you know, that's something that has to get done during the day.
Yeah, I get prioritizing
you know?
stuff.
And then it's like, okay, well, after work, it's like, do I have any meetings scheduled? Do I have anything that I need to do as far like that's going to contribute to a deadline? You know, and then it's like, okay, no. It's like, okay, well, let me work on like CBD business, or let me work on like, I literally downloaded this app called Zillow, which is Zillow, if you're into real estate or any type of buying houses and stuff, it's like you need that app because like I just type in a zip code, type in like, I'm a buyer or whatever,
Right.
and everything just
See what's out there. Yeah.
pops up.
Oh yeah, Zillow's great. Truility or something. Is that true? I don't know. Yeah, there's a few different little apps out there like that.
Yeah. Like that's why, like, for instance, like a lot of people they bombard themselves with like a ton of information, but they don't know how to like, receive it and organize it. Like I've been taking in a lot of information, but I've already been applying it and I've already been organizing that information. So like, for instance, if I just want to study flips, like if I just want to study like house flipping, I'll just study that. I won't sit up here and study like, okay, I want to rent some places out and I want to flip and I want to do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's like for instance, like
you're going to college, man. You're making your own little college course, basically.
Right. Like take a car, for example. Like when you go buy a car, like you can't visit like 6 dealerships at the same time. Like you can't go to Dodge, Ford, BMW, Mercedes, and Toyota all at the same time. It's like you go to one, check out their cars, absorb all that information, what the guy told you, what the car gonna cost, the down payment, all that type of stuff. Then you go to another dealership, test drive a car, and repeat that process. Yeah. There's no way you're gonna be in 5 places at the same time.
Nope.
So,
man,
that's it.
You got it down.
I tried.
You got it down. You're killing it.
Killing
the game, my man.
I like to think that I don't, because then like, you'll have like your hunger will stop.
Yeah.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger said, like, like once you think you perfect, like that's when you fucked up.
Wow.
Because you won't have no drive anymore. Like you won't be hungry.
What else is it to strive for?
Yeah.
I'm perfect.
I'm perfect. Like there's nothing else for me to do.
I did it.
So I mean, that's how Arnold Schwarzenegger has had like 5 careers or whatever. It's like, how can you, like, high level, like he's been at the highest level.
You can't deny Arnold.
All of those careers.
Yeah.
I remember in 2011 when we found out he had that child or whatever, Josh or whatever his name is, which he's actually the one that's actually going to try to become a body. Like out of all his kids, it's the one that he had with the maid that's going to try to be a bodybuilder. He's the one that actually has Arnold's genetics. Like that's crazy. But anyway, like when that came out, when that story broke, it's like people were trying to discredit Arnold. It's like, no, dude is still 7-time Mr. Olympia. He was still,
can't take that away from him,
actor of like some really high grossing films and franchises.
Predator, True Lies,
Terminator, man. Also governor of California. And now he's like an activist and stuff.
Kindergarten Cop. It's not a tumor.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Who doesn't?
That's a
classic, baby.
God. So yeah, you see, I'm like a mixture of like a bunch of different people from a bunch of different generations.
So I've noticed.
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
Like I know stuff that has happened before I was alive, while I'm alive, and probably like, I think the only thing I don't know is like the new rappers out these days. Yeah. Like that's it. Everything else, I'm like,
you're not missing much.
I'm kind of caught up. Like I'm kind of caught up on like like the trends and stuff, like the clothes that these kids wear and the skinny jeans and stuff. I remember the first thing that ever blew my mind was when people started buying jeans that had holes in them already.
Oh, right.
Because when I was growing up, the only reason why you had holes in them is because those were some really old ass fucking jeans.
Or you fell down and scraped it, or
something.
Like
you were like,
wear them.
Or you were like walking on your knees and stuff, and they just kind of like rubbed against the floor too much, and they just started to break. So that's like the first thing that blew my mind, and it was just like, oh, okay, you're gonna pay somebody
to put holes in
$30 to already have your jeans damaged.
Right.
It's like, what? So
hell yeah.
That's it though. That's
it.
That's how I look at it. And I'll never follow that trend. I can barely wear jeans. It's so hard for me to find.
You get those stretchy barbell jeans or something.
Like it's so hard for me to find clothes.
That's your next thing. You're gonna start a clothing business line now, just for.
It's funny because I was actually thinking about it. I've been thinking about it for a while. I was actually gonna start a business with one of my clients. It was a T-shirt.
It's a hard game, they say.
Business. I know.
It's a hard game, they say.
Like you gotta. I mean, it's like you gotta have something that like not only would you buy, but like thousands and thousands and thousands of other people would buy. Like, to stay in business, you need a lot of people who would want to buy your stuff
and wear it.
Yeah.
Continually want to, and continue to come back and keep buying your stuff.
Because, like, it's very easy to make, like, one sale, you know?
Oh, sure.
But,
Sell
like,
anything.
like that's a transactional business. It's somebody who can sell you something once, you know? Like, for instance, like, most people have iPhones or whatever these days, right? Like I have two phones. Like, I have an iPhone and I have this phone. Like, if you buy one iPhone and then 2 years later you buy a Samsung, it's like that was a transactional business move that you made with Apple.
Right.
You know, you just bought that one phone and now you've moved on to the next one. Whereas, like, if you've had an iPhone since iPhone 3G or whatever, and now you have an iPhone 10s or
I've got like an 8 Plus, I think.
Yeah, like if you've got like whatever
newest fangled thing from for years. Yeah,
like that's a relationship transaction that you've built because you've given them a lot of money.
I feel more like it's a hostage situation.
You think so?
I think it's a hostage situation because they, you start paying them money for iTunes, and then all of a sudden you're sucked into their monetary system. Like, you put all your money
that
just
whole
for
ecosystem.
them. Yep. And so now you're spending money on apps that goes just the iTunes universe. They suck you in and kind of trap you.
Like, you'll have the iPhone, you'll have your MacBook, you'll have
iPads,
iPads, AirPods.
Yeah.
Because what's crazy is that you can all charge them at the same time.
Right.
You can all like connect them all, but those products individually are very expensive, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So, having those products that like people would build a relationship with you to buy, it's like that's hard to do. Because like when somebody sees a shirt, they're like, "Oh, I'd buy that." It's like, how many times are you gonna buy it though?
Yeah.
It's not whether or not you buy it; it's how many times would you buy it. You know what I mean? So
it's a tough game. There's a lot of tough games out there, man. Being an entrepreneur and just being a hustler, it's just hard out there. But you look like you got it down pretty good so far. And
got to build relationships.
Yeah, I like where you're going. You're a young man, motivated, got shit happening. I dig it.
Yeah.
Malik, I appreciate you, man.
Oh yeah.
You want to take this time here and pimp what you want to pimp and put your stuff out there? We just did, I don't know, 2.5 hours or so.
Oh wow, that didn't even feel like 2.5 hours. Oh man, that's crazy.
I know. There's a freaking time warp in here.
Wow. It's like everything was like this is a hyperbolic time chamber right here.
It's all the lights. It's like a casino.
It's like 2.5 hours outside, but it's like 5 minutes in here.
That's what I'm hoping for, man. That's a big compliment to me. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I could be here all day.
But yeah. Well, we'll have to do it again, man. I would love to pick your I don't know, because I can't afford a trainer. I'm just gonna have you on here again and pick your brain.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That information you get for free, but like my time as far as like
sure.
physically being in the gym with somebody, it's like you can't do that for free.
No, that's your time.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
No.
But yeah.
Put your stuff out there. How can people find you if they want to work out with you or get that fitness stuff? Buy CBD. Like, take your time. This is your time to shine, baby. You do what you want right here. Pimp yourself.
So social media, of course, I've got Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, although you probably won't find much business stuff on Snapchat. Instagram, Malik BB Fit. Facebook, you can just go, I guess, facebook.com/Malik BB Fit.
MalikBBFit.
Yep, there you go. BB as in bodybuilder, fitness as in fit. So came up with that name like years ago. Email address for CBD Greene Machine, as in Greene, my last name, Greene.
I knew it.
Machine.
I knew that's what you were gonna do. I almost made a joke when you first came in here. If you go by the Greene Machine or something like that.
So I'm still working on my logo and everything too, like trying to rebrand it to be that. But Greene Machine, CBD@gmail.com. All my social medias are Malik BB Fit. I'll probably launch a separate Instagram page for just CBD. The link to the actual CBD store would be hempworks.com/Greene Machine. Again, GREENE. And then if you ever have questions, you can always send me a direct message. I usually answer pretty quickly.
Sweet.
Emails will probably be a little bit slower just because like when I get an email, I feel like it's like pretty serious and like I need to sit down somewhere and
What if
like
it's a DM?
and think it out. But if it's like a DM, it's like, oh, hey, like I saw you on that podcast. Like, you know, what do you recommend for this? It's like this product.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So where if it's like an email, it's like I got to read it and be like, all right, okay, what is this person really asking me? You know, okay.
Overanalyze it. Yeah.
But yeah, essentially like what I do is obviously like I'm a personal trainer. I put together nutritional protocols. So I like to tell people that I don't put people on diets. I put them on protocols. So protocols are something that you can follow without necessarily changing the way that you eat. Now, if you're only eating like, you know, a pack of Doritos and a Starburst every day, then it's like we need to change like some serious behaviors.
Sure.
But yeah, I put together nutritional protocols. I write programs for people.
Sweet,
so I'll write 6, 8, 12-week programs for people where that's all laid out, where it's like, you know, what the workout is, whether I got you doing full body, upper lower type splits, or if I have like, you know, somebody more advanced doing like a body part split, the actual exercises, it'll have descriptions of those exercises. You'll start to see more tutorial videos on specific exercises.
Oh, cool. On your Instagram?
Yeah.
Your Instagram's great, man. I hope more people check it out. You need to get. I love your Instagram. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I try to put like, you know, motivational quotes on there, or I'll film me doing something fun or whatever.
Nice.
Like
yeah.
Pulling some heavy shit off the ground, or attempting to squat something.
That's cool, man. I like your Instagram for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, with the CBD, it's more like, you know, if you have questions about that, just like shoot me either an email or, you know, a DM. I think that's about it.
Nice.
Personal training. I mean, if you're into like if you're somebody who you feel like, okay, I have a gym membership, I'm comfortable going to the gym that I go to, but I need some help.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's what programming is for.
Right. Okay.
You know, that's what, and see, people think of it as like, oh, I'm just going to email you a workout or whatever. It's like, I've written programs where it was almost like a damn ebook or something, you know, because it's like, I want to make sure that when I send somebody something, it's like, not to be mean, but like a dumbass could like read it and be
perfect.
like,
that's what I would need. That's what I would need and want.
Like,
please make it so an idiot like me, please,
you know what I mean?
Please.
Like I can draw it. I can draw it out in crayon. So it's like a deadlift. Like, what the fuck is a deadlift? It's like, well, you know,
sure.
Here's a description. Here's like a 10 to 20 sentence.
I would just say YouTube it, idiot.
True. But see, people don't want to do that though. Yeah. It's like, but see, that's why I put my, you know, a lot of my personality and a lot of this stuff so that people can trust that system. Like, yeah, you know, like I go to YouTube for a bunch of stuff. You know, I mean, I go to YouTube, for a lot of stuff. But like, you know, if I'm selling something, it's like I want you to.
No, I get you.
I want you to believe that, like, yo, like
you're putting your time and effort. And
this guy, like I trust this guy. So nice. Like, you know, when he puts together that description or he puts together those, you know, those workouts for me, it's like he's delivering it to me.
Nice.
You know, and then another thing is like everything is all customized. So never ask me for like, hey, can I get one of your workouts? It's like, no, it's all individualized. Like I never hand somebody the same workout. Like I don't have like a template at home where it's like, hey,
that's what Planet Fitness gave me.
Yeah, like
I have a template. That's what I do.
Like I need some help. Like can you? It's like, oh, here you go.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Yeah. It's like no. Like,
hell yeah.
I don't think I'd be able to sleep at night if I did that, because I know as a professional trainer who's like certified in doing this, that it's very unethical to do that. That like, you know, like, I mean, it's legitimately against my code of ethics based off of my certification to do that to somebody.
That's sweet.
Like if NASM, which is who I'm certified through,
oh yeah, I've heard of them,
found out that like I did that, like they would take my certification away.
Dang.
You know?
All right, man, you are you are legit and serious people, hit them up. Please. Yeah. This was awesome. Man, can I get a fist bump?
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
I'll
get you that hug, too, one of these days.
I'll take a hug from you. I still need it. That's it, man. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We're out of here. Deuces.
All right.